Hello everyone, just running a quick wee intro here. This is going to be the VOD from a recent Twitch stream we did, delving into the Duelist Cup. We were attempting to grind all the way up from DV, it was 11 up until 20. I think we got to 17 and then we cut it there because it was getting pretty late. And I'll be honest, I was pretty exhausted. So, again, it was a pretty long stream. It was a lot of fun, people coming in and out. If you want to be a part of things like that in the future, the links and invites and things like that are sent out in our Discord, so you can always pop in our Discord, and that's where all the alerts will be. You can subscribe for more content and things like that in the future, coming from both YouTube and from Twitch. Schedules and stuff will always be available in the Discord as well, so if you do want to take part in that sort of thing, feel free to jump in whenever you want or follow us on Twitch. Other than that, I don't have very much to say here at the start. If you want to see more from us, subscribe to the channel, leave any comments in terms of what you want to see, and let's just get right into the VOD. On a positive note, we're gonna break here as well, I can guarantee you. Actually, that's a really freaking good hand. This is a really good hand. The only way this hand doesn't go to Actually, this is a really freaking good hand. Holy crap. Alright, we're liking it. We're loving it. Let's get one last wee notification out to the good people while we're waiting on our friend here. Chaos. Oh, Thunder Dragons! Yes! Just put up a wee video on Thunder Dragons, so it did. That's excellent to see. Chaos Creator. I actually don't play him in my version. I'm not the biggest on the Chaos Creator. I think he's fine. But like 99% of the time, I would rather search for literally anything else. So it's just one of those things. I'm not a big fan of the card. But I mean, he's totally strong. I get it. Oh, there's the blue flute pen. This guy opened up everything. This guy is nuts. What did he banish? He banished a Matrix. So we need to imperm this, right? Because if we don't imperm this, what he's going to do is banish a Roar. Roar will then summon Dark. Dark and Lupin will go into Union Carrier. Then he summons out, he searches for his Hawk, he summons out a Thunder Dragon, goes in the Colossus with an extra deck lock. While the Imperm will be good for shutting down the Colossus, it will not shut down the extra deck lock, so we need to prevent his combo from actually even happening. So that's why we're using this here. I normally wouldn't Imperm and aloof Lupine, but I mean, all he banished was this. He's used his normal summon. I don't see him being able to extend much further than this. He's gonna grab a Matrix, but who cares? He's got 2 cards in hand that we don't know right now. He's gonna banish the... Okay, 3 cards in hand. He's gonna grab 1 more card. Chaos Creator's back into the deck. Has he got anything he can extend with? He does not! That's what you love to see. He almost certainly has a hand trap or 2, but Thunder Dragons tend not to play a lot of hand traps. So I don't think he's going to be packed. I think he just might have a couple of bricks in his hand, which does happen with Thunder Dragons if your actual like core little combos don't go off. We're going to summon Vishuda. Vishuda, nothing chainable on summon unless he has his toggle off, but come on, let's not give them too much credit. So nothing toggleable on summon, so that implies no effect veiler, I guess, is the only real one. We're going to normal summon out the Rose Dragon, nothing activatable there either. We have a few options. The option we're going to go for is a Baron de Fleur. So let's get it going. Baron de Fleur, that's perfect. That's going to trigger our Red Rose Dragon. Red Rose Dragon is going to special summon the Rox Rose Dragon from the deck. So that's what you love to see. Rox Rose Dragon is going to grab then the Basil Rose Shoot from our deck. Excellent. Basil Rose Shoot will summon the Red Rose Dragon back from the graveyard. We're going to keep the one in hand just for some card advantage. Why not? Then Rox Rose and Red Rose will toss these 2 into the Crystron Needlefiber or Halki Vibrax. Halk then's going to summon from the deck the, I believe, Jet Synchron I do play in this version. I do. Of course I do. I know my own deck. Hulk and Jet are going to go into Auroradon. Good, good, good. Our opponent's got nothing. The only thing they could possibly have is like Nibiru, but I think it would have been activatable at this stage. So they've got nothing. I'm not even slightly worried about it, unless they're saving it for like the Auroradon. But they would have to have 2 interruptions at the very least, including like a Nibiru. Otherwise, it's just going to be so low impact it doesn't even matter. We're going to tribute and tribute to grab the Mecha Phantom Beast O-Lion. Then we use O-Lion and our 2 tokens. Summon on out the Savage Dragon. Now, what does our opponent have banished? The Matrix, which, you know, we don't really care about. So that's fine. We're going to equip on the Auroradon from the graveyard, as well as get another token onto the field from our O-Lion. You love to see it. There be one. And there's our Auroradon. Trying to play around Mech Knights a little bit, but I mean, come on. Who plays Mech Knights? Do we... we're not going to get another chance to Vishuda, realistically, but do we want to even give him... We don't even want to give him the additional summon, do we? Do we have lethal on board if we... Can we get lethal? That would be pretty funny if we could get lethal. I don't think we can. I think we're just shy of lethal. That is unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? Such is life. Let's get the Jet Synchron. We'll discard 1 to summon it to the field in defense. Then we will Synchro Summon using these 2. Just in case our opponent has a wee evenly matched. And we're not going to use the... I don't know why we didn't pop up around the floor, actually. I think I just wasn't paying too much attention. I'm more worried about his follow-up, to be honest. So he's going to activate the Lupin. Lupin's going to add Matrix back to hand from his Banish pile. It has to be a monster, doesn't it? Yeah, it is. It's a monster. So he's got another Matrix in hand. So in his hand, we know he currently has nothing because there is the scoop. What more do you want? That's about as smooth as it gets when it comes to Buster Blader. We didn't even summon the Buster Blader himself, but we had it all perfectly set up to 3 negates on board, as well as the perfect Buster lock with the trap card in our hand. I mean, what can I say? You love to see it. And that is, oh, look at the rank up screen. Beautiful. You love it. 100 gems for that. Man, we are being spoiled rotten. Good stuff. It doesn't get much smoother than that when it comes to free wins, basically. Let's see if we can actually win a coin toss. Oh, we can? We're going first, my guy. We're going to set up our prologue. We're going to set up our trap cards. Hang on, just making sure everyone knows that we're actually live. Draw phase. Oh, Lord. Look at the hand. Having Jet in hand is a little bit weak, but you know what? All in all, impressed. We're like gonna... we're gonna go for the Ascend of the Thunder right away. Right? Got anything? Oh, no Veiler, no Imperm? Let's summon the Red Rose Dragon. And this is going to give us a negate on board, just in case our opponent happens to have the likes of Nibiru or whatever. That is great. There's Baron de Fleur. Now, our Red Rose Dragon's going to kick in. Oh, he's got the Ash? Has he got the Gamma? What's he got? Oh, he didn't. Oh, he didn't chain. Interesting. Okay, he's saving it for something. Rox Rose Dragon then is going to grab the Basil Rose Shoot, just like it did in the last game. So this full combo can be done literally anytime you see one of your level 7s and one of your Rose Dragons in hand. It's amazing, so it is, especially the Red Rose Dragon. Crazy, crazy hands. We got really lucky these 2 games, especially when you see Prologue. Having Prologue set as an additional level of interruption on top of having, you know, like your 3 negates on board is pretty nutty. So we're going to resummon the Red Rose Dragon to the field using these 2 then. Bang and bang. We're going to summon out the Crystron and Needle Fiber. It's entirely possible that he does have something, but he's saving it for this. If he does have an Ash Blossom, he could be holding it for the Hulk. It would make total sense. He doesn't use it. It is technically possible he still has the Velar or Imperm. He has had plenty of opportunity to use it, and it didn't flag up a few times as shifting priority, so I don't know if he has it. But we'll just have to wait and see. It could also be a Nibiru, I suppose. At this stage, it could also be a Nibiru. We're going to use our Auroradon's effect. We're going to summon out 3 tokens to the field. Herald of Orange Light. Okay. Is this Drytrons? It's Drytrons. I haven't seen Drytrons in forever. I'm going to stop that. So him eating up 2 cards out of his hand. I mean, his Eva does get to add 1 back. If it's sent to the graveyard, banish up to 2 of our light fairies. Yeah, so he's going to banish the Herald of Orange Light in order to resummon another, or sorry, add another monster to the hand, which, you know, is what it is. When your opponent activates it, that's not even once per turn. Are you freaking nuts? Alright, I see how it is. So banish the orange light. He's gonna add another orange light, aren't you? Yeah. That's rough. That's really rough, actually. Huh. Right. Okay. So we have a few different options, right? Do we have a level 7 Synchro? I don't believe we do. We don't. Okay, right, okay. We have options, right? We're going to activate Jet Synchron in the graveyard. Okay, we're going to discard the Buster Blitter. And this is going to force him to use his Negate now. If he doesn't use his Negate now, then we get a Herald. Right? Perfect. Okay. There's Jet on the field. And that's a Herald. So now if he does go to use this second Herald of Orange Light, we're simply going to negate it. So we literally don't even care. Hand our main deck to the graveyard, banished instead. Perfect. So we can still use our Auroradon here. We're going to tribute a token, tribute the Auroradon, summon the O-Lion. Wait, did I miscalculate something? I might have done a small miscalculation. But our opponent doesn't even care. He scoops it up. He can't deal with it. Alright, whatever you say, Chief. About as simple as it gets. Now, Astral, can you hear the, you know, is the music levels alright? Is everything sounding good? Can you hear that there's a fan on in the background because we're currently going through a heat wave? Can you hear the fan? Like, is everything audio-wise doing alright? Good. Sounds good. Excellent. That's what we'll like to hear. Alright, let's get into the next one. We're not going to play Buster Blader too much because it seems like in these lower ranks we're sort of shredding these guys. I'm not going to lie. If we win this match, we'll call it 3 in a row. If we win 3 in a row, we'll swap over to something that's maybe not as strong to like do the next few ranks, maybe up to like 15. Then we'll do something a little bit stronger from 15 up to 17. You know what I mean? We'll separate it that way. Ooh. Not a great hand. Not a terrible one, though. There is room, depending on what we can grab off Prosperity. If this gets ashed, we will simply have to cry ourselves to sleep. But we'll cross that bridge if and or when we get to it. So I'm going to actually get rid of the Tomahawk. I don't see ourselves going into that anytime soon. Velar, there's the Ascend of the Thunder. You know what? This hand goes from mediocre to really freaking good, just like that. Our opponent, I don't believe, had the ability to shift priority over to themselves. Let's see if they have Veiler or Imperm. They've got something. Okay, so we know they have something. We know they potentially have this. What do you mean? What is that? If this sends card hand to graveyard, all monsters currently on the field lose attack and defense equal to their own level. Why would you use it right now? Unless you just need it in your graveyard. Alright, well, I guess we're playing against Skull Servants. Alright, we're gonna normal summon the Rose. Nothing activatable on the summon of the Rose, so we... Again, I think that was his only quote-unquote interruption. We're gonna go for Baron de Fleur as per normal. Again, Red Rose Dragon. We're getting so lucky getting the Red Rose Dragon in every hand. Like, that's so big. It makes such a massive difference to the deck. Now, the difference, of course, being the ability to go into Baron de Fleur before you go into your Hulk. That's massive, because typically what people would do when they're trying to interrupt this deck is they hold on to their Imperms, they hold on to their Veilers until you go into the Auroradon, and that's when they hit you. So having a negate preemptively on your board, being able to nullify that and stop Nibiru as well in particular, is amazing. Alright, we're going to summon our Red Rose Dragon out of the field. We're going to go into a free win. I don't know what to tell you. Buster Blader, it's just too good. It's too good for these lower ranks. You'll love to see it. That's fine. Alright, you know what? Buster Blader's too strong. It simply is. I don't know what to tell you. We're going to swap it up. Because Busted Blader is just too much. We'll come back to Busted Blader in the higher levels. I think we're going to use this deck to go from 17 up to 20. Because I don't want to use anything meta relevant, just for, you know, qualifying. In stage 2, we'll use whatever we need to. But right now, we're trying to keep it fun. So what'll we use here out of this list? I really want to use Noble Knights. I really, really want to use Noble Knights. I am having a lot of fun with this deck right now. I'll be real. This deck is a lot of fun right now. Alright, let's get in here. I don't know if you've had the pleasure of playing an illegitimate Noble Knight deck. If you haven't, I would recommend it. It's a bit of a difficult one to pilot. It really is. Even I'm like fairly new to it. So if you see misplays, anyone either watching right now, Astral, or anyone in the future, expect misplays. I'm still relatively new to this, and I'm still learning it. Yeah, we can make this hand work. Actually, this is where the glory of Noble Knights comes in. Not a lot of people are playing this card, and I think it's amazing, especially for hands like this. Like what other card would you have wanted this to be? That's amazing. So we're gonna go for Heritage. If this gets ashed, I take back everything I just said. Perfect. So we're gonna grab Ogier. I believe is gonna be the correct play. Yes, sir. Okay, yep, we're gonna grab Ogier. I'm assuming that's his name. I know very well the special grenade. Yeah. There's probably a more efficient way of doing it. I typically would only loop 1 or 2 cards at most. I don't even think I'm gonna get that much with this particular hand. But yeah, no, 100%. It's pretty disgusting. So we're gonna send a monster from deck to graveyard. We're gonna send, I believe, a Gearfried, so we can add it back off of our Renault. Because now we can use the Glory of the Noble Knights to equip onto our Ogier, our Durandal from the deck. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. Durandal, or whatever's going on there. Durandal will destroy itself to search for a Fire Warrior monster. We're going to search for Renault. I'm pronouncing all of these names as if they're French. Renaud, I'm assuming his actual name is, considering they're all like English. Special summon Renaud, because we control a Fire Warrior monster. Its effect will add a Fire Warrior monster from our grave back to our hand. We grab our Gearfried. Gearfried then can special summon itself onto the field. We're going to do that now because we want to have an active negate on board, just in case. So we special summon our big boy there. Gonna grab Smoke Grenade of the Thief and equip it on. Good. Now, we're gonna go into... We're not gonna go into the Assault just yet. We're gonna use the Fireflint Lady. Fireflint Lady will summon herself out of the field. Am I making a misplay here? I'm not entirely sure. Gonna go into Assault using the Fireflint Lady and Renault. Is that correct? No, I don't think it is. Use Ogier. Summoning Assault. She can add a card from our deck to our hand. We're going to add Oliver just so we can discard it later on and equip it from the graveyard, basically. So we're going to grab our Oliver. Isolde then will send from deck to graveyard different equip spells. We're going to send 2 to summon out our Genba. Genba just being a fire warrior level 2 tuner. Nothing really spectacular there. Then using Genba and Isolde... No, not Genba. Now we use you and Isolde, because you're level 2, so you can go with one of the Auroradon tokens to go into... Yeah. Alright. I've either made a very smart play or I've completely thrown this entire combo out the window. One of the two. Let's find out. Crystron Hulk grabbing Jet Synchron. This is a completely original play, by the way. No one's ever done this before. I don't think anyone's ever thought about, you know, Crystron Needlefaber working in the Auroradon. I think that's completely original. Auroradon then will grab out some tokens. Or it would have if our opponent didn't just throw it out the window. Yeah, I will take a free win all day, every day, my friend. All right. We're burning through the easy games. These are the easy games. These are easy days, early doors. Seen it at the tournaments before. It was big back in 2020. I know it was big back then. Back when, you know, the metagame was obviously quite a bit different to what it is now. I haven't seen it much since 2020. But you know what? Here, we're going retro, bringing it back. Infernoble Knights are coming back with the Auroradon combo. That is the idea. We're not doing the standard combo. You use the Auroradon for the tokens, but you're actually trying to set up your Charles, which is a bit of a different play. Look at this hand. This is basically the exact same hand we just had. Except we already have Durandal, so we can grab whatever we want from Glory of the Noble Knights. Ooh, Magical Musketeers. That's a rough one. Okay. Magical Musketeers is, in fact, a rough one. If he does anything to try and pop Ogier, we can chain Glory of the Noble Knights to equip Noble Arms of Destiny to protect it, which is part of why I love this card so much. The versatility it offers you is insane. He's going to reveal the top 6 of his deck and pick any card he wants. That is rough. Let's see what he picks out here. It might tell us a little bit more about what his hand is like. He didn't dig out any of his spells or traps, any of his good ones anyway. So we're not worried too much about that. He might just grab the Upstart Goblin and decide to YOLO it. But he's just got a bunch of extra monsters here. None of these are really of any use at the moment, I don't believe. I'm not overly familiar with Magical Musketeers. But as far as I'm aware, their primary gimmick is that they can activate all their spells and traps from hand. And that typically is how they would flood the field. Or well, they wouldn't flood the field as such, but they would just, you know, sort of really irritate their opponents by like negate, pop, reduce. Just sort of interrupting the opponent from the hand using spells and traps. Which, you know, there's not very much you can do about it. Except maybe be sad. But what does that accomplish? Just trying to get the alerts definitely up and running. Our opponent is taking his sweet time here, so he is. I don't know what his plan is. I don't know if he's, left the oven on or something, but he is not responding. Alright. There is the response. He grabs Kid... Was that Kid Brave he added? No, it wasn't. It was Doc. Okay. Doc's got a big old gun. Magical Musketeer. So a Speller Trap was activated in the same column as him, so we can search his deck for a trap card, of course. During the main phase, special summon magical musketeer from your hand. If you do, your opponent's main monster zone that is in that column is and if it's unused, it cannot be used until the end of the turn. Okay, so it locks out a column basically. All right, and using these two, he can activate his spells and traps from hand. If he uses a spell and trap in the same column as one of the guys, then they will search for a card. Okay. We are going to imperm, right? We're going to reduce our opponent's ability to negate. We're going to negate this guy here off the bat. We're going to force him to, I mean, if he has a response, now he can't activate this, so that's great. That's one less possible interruption to deal with. We're going to go straight into Durandal. Now, you can equip Durandal onto your opponent's monsters as well and still get its effect. So you don't need to control a monster of your own, and that will reduce your opponent's ability to respond to you in most cases. Because a lot of the times they would respond by destroying the targeted monster rather than the card itself. So do bear that in mind. Yep, lets it resolve. Well, yeah, it lets the activation resolve, and then we're going to use its actual effect to pop itself to search for a fire warrior monster. We already have Ogier. So I think Renaud is going to be the option to go for. Popping the equip spell. We're going to normal summon the Ogier. Ogier then will send Gearfried from the deck to the graveyard. Assuming we don't get negated. Or I mean, I hope he goes for like a trap card that pops it. That would be ideal. Because if he does, we can protect it with Glory of the Noble Knights, which is obviously amazing. So he'll be able to activate one and search for one, basically. So he's being very meticulous with his choices here. He does have something he can use. He just doesn't know what he wants to use it on just yet. So we're going to send Gearfried to the graveyard. Then we're going to special summon Renaud. Renaud will activate then and will add the Gearfried back to our hand. We do not have the Fire Flint Lady, so unfortunately we're not able to extend any further. But we will be able to go into Isolde and into the Hulk combo after that. Is there any benefit to me going Isolde first? Like at all? It adds Oliver to my hand, I guess. Okay, so he activated it here, which is interesting. Target a face-up monster, its attack and defense becomes 0 and its effects are negated. So we don't get to add Gearfried back, but he didn't activate it in the same column as his dock, so he doesn't get to search. Like, what's that about? That just seems like a bad decision. Alright then. Whatever you say, Chief. So we're gonna use these two then to go into Isolde. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Isolde, or whatever her name is. Isolde's effect then will activate. There's no way you have something else you can activate. There's no goddamn way. There is. Oh, hang on. Wait. Hang on. Am I missing something? How did you activate that other card from your hand? Target face-up card in the field and destroy it. Oh, they targeted the Isolde. This is where it's actually happening. Glory of the Noble Knights. Equip onto Isolde. We're gonna grab the Noble Arms of Destiny. Equip it on. No pop. Useless. And then we get to search our deck for a wee card. We're gonna search for Oliver. So we can discard it off of Jet Synchron to use its effects. So that's perfect. He gets to search for a card now. During either player's turn, you can activate. Oh, that's a... I believed he could only have activated one of those per turn. I have misunderstood drastically what our opponent was capable of. And our opponent is definitely capable of further negation, which is something that needs to be watched with great intent. So we're going to special summon Ziggenball, but he's already activated this card earlier this turn, so we can activate it twice, which is great. Okay. So we've got a chance. We've got a chance to play through all of this. We're going to use these two guys to summon out the Crystron Hulk. We have our graveyard pretty well established, so now we're going to use Hulk to go into the Jet Synchron. That's how muskets work. Yeah, I thought it was I don't know why, but I read the effect initially and I thought it was saying like, oh, you can activate a magical musket spell or trap card per turn, like per card. I didn't realize that it's just a passive effect that they can use multiple. But I mean, the more you know. I just hadn't sort of stopped to read them well enough. But I mean, he added a card that he had already used earlier in the turn, so unless he's only running like 2 different cards, I don't know why I would do that. We're gonna go for the Aurora the Dawn. And it's pretty much plain sailing here as far as I can see. We're gonna grab our tokens. Then using the Aurora Dawn, we're going to tribute 2 to summon a O-Lion. Now, this is where I wish I had Omega. Unfortunately, I don't have Omega. So we have 2 options. We can go into the Borreload Savage Dragon, or we can go into the Infernoble Knight, Captain Roland, which will then lead into Charles. I think the Borreload Savage Dragon is just better, though. Well, actually, factually speaking, maybe not. Maybe not, actually. So if we do have a few options. We, of course, have the Living Fossil, which is capable of resurrecting a monster. We're going to go into the Savage Dragon first, right? Because I believe we're going to be able to use the Living Fossil to reanimate and continue our combos anyway. So that's fine. We're going to go for the Savage Dragon. Savage Dragon will grab the Aurora Dawn from the graveyard, and the O-Lion will grab another token. We're going to be able to use the Living Fossil to synchro summon with that token to go into it. BP cards use spells. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know they have like loads of other cards to use. I don't know why he added one that he had already done that turn. That seems like such a strange choice to me. So unless he's just messed it up without realizing. Because I played Magical Muskets before. It's not as if they can't do anything. Like, they totally can. He just didn't. So like, I mean, what do you make of that? It just sort of is what it is. We bring the O-Lion back out. Was that a mistake? It might have been a mistake. It was not. Perfect. O-Lion and the token. We'll go into Zebig Roland. I believe we only get 1 token from Mecha Phantom Beast Aurora O-Lion. We do indeed. That is fine. Okay. What do we do now? Okay. We're going to keep it nice and simple. We're going to equip on the Ogier, or whatever his name is. Man, I wish this was not a tuner. I wish the Roland sometimes I wish wasn't a tuner. There is another Infernoble Knight that isn't a tuner, isn't there? I believe there is. Okay. Gonna wipe this guy out. This little dork. Gonna wipe this little dork out as well. Bang. 2800 to the face. And we'll pass. We do have a negate. He is 3 cards. So he doesn't have like a ton of resources. We're gonna mill a equip spell to search our deck for... Oh, we have options, my guy. Gearfried or the Connector. I'm gonna have to go Gearfried. Purely because we've already done like the whole Isolde combo. I only run 1 of her because I don't want to craft a multiple of her, to be honest. That's pretty much the only reason. That, and I don't know how much of a fan I am of her. There's not really much of an animation going on here with this map, but it just looks really cool. I love how at the end of the game it actually like falls out from under you. That's such a big impact thing to happen, which is great. We've got 40 seconds left on the timer here, so we do need to sort of be careful when it comes to our time management. Let's see what our opponent's got. He's going to go for Dark Ruler no more. That's unfortunate. I haven't seen Dark Ruler no more in literally forever. What the hell was that? Man, what do you even do? That's fine. I guess we're just gonna have to take it on the chin. We do have follow-up at least with the Gearfried. The Gearfried was definitely the correct choice. Very easily summoned, very powerful follow-up. So we are in good hands at the very least. He adds the Starfire, and a remaining card in his hand, I believe we've already seen it, will negate the effects of one of my monsters, as well as reduce its attack and defense to 0. So he summons his additional monster. He has the one reduction, basically. I'm assuming he's going to link summon. There's the reduction, so he's going to get the effect of his monster here to search for another magical musket card. That just sort of is what it is. I can't see how it works out here. I am utterly exhausted after working for so long here today. We're just going to have to make do with what we've got. He is gonna... They do have a really powerful link monster, don't they? I vaguely remember there being like a ridiculously powerful link monster that they would have. Rolling gets reduced down to 0, which is interesting. There is the Max. I believe he's the one I'm thinking of. He's a link 1. Why didn't you go into him at the beginning? When he's link summoned, add magical musket, spells or traps here. When you deck their hand up to the number of monsters your opponent controls. So, oh, he gets to add 2. Okay. Okay. That's not problematic at all. Alright then. Dancing Needle and Desperado. Desperado pops a card. What does Dancing Needle do? If you control magical musket, target up to 3 cards in the graveyards and banish them. Okay. Right. That's sort of fair. I get it. Doc then is going to get returning from graveyard to hand, so he's got that negate to use next turn. He's going to take out our Roland here, which, you know, is what it is. What are you going to do about it? Man. Okay, we're not in the greatest of positions, but we're not in a terrible one either. Heritage does help. That's a really powerful card. I'll be honest, Heritage does help. What does he have in his hand, though? He has a few different cards that he can utilize. We're going to go for Heritage here off the bat. There is a response to be had. I believe it's just the... No, he's already used that trap card, didn't he? Yeah, he did. Okay, so it's the Dancing Needle then that's prompting for activation. Renaud. We have to go for Renaud, don't we? Yeah. Okay, so we'll summon Renaud, right? Or sorry, summon Oliver, then special summon Renaud. This will add a card back to our hand from the graveyard. Gonna grab the Living Fossil. See, that's rough. He gets the... Man, this guy's just got everything going on. Honestly, that's so big. What did he choose? Those 3. Fine. Okay. Okay. He's got that Magical Musketeer. He's going to search his deck for another card. And these guys are strong. Is this guy a UR? Yeah, he's fucking better have been a UR. Jesus. He's really good, though. That's definitely a deck worth considering. Trying to think what our best potential move might be. Gonna banish a equip spell from the graveyard. We're gonna summon out our Gearfried, or at least we're going to attempt to. Let's get him equipped on. That's fine. Now let's equip Roland to our friend here. Yeah, I believe that should be it. Gonna take out the one in defense, purely because if he reduces us down to 0, then at the very least we're not gonna lose our monster. Yep, there it is. And so if he reduces us to 0, it's rough because, you know, we lose our effect and stuff, but it's fine. Our opponent gives up? Really? Why? Oh, time limit! Oh, no! Magical muskets, what are you doing? That was a dirty, dirty win. We did not deserve that. That duel was anyone's game still. I don't think that was a very satisfying resolution there at all. That could have went either way. But that's fine. You know what? I'm going to count that as a win. We're going to dive into the next one and see if I can stop embarrassing myself. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Let's get this sorted. Just get the wee Twitch alert here again, just to be sure. To join. Good, good, good. Okay. That's the wee alert sent. You're a bit though. Yeah, 100% we were. That's what I was concerned about. And then he just like explodes for the same reason. Like I was prepared to lose that. Like we needed to be real careful there. Pretty great, pretty entertaining. You know, you love to see it. Okay, now this is an interesting deck because, well, one, I'm interested in how you got this far using it, and two, summoning a monster or using a monster effect is going to trigger off his cards. Okay, reinforcements of the army. We're just gonna have to bait the bullet, or we're gonna have to accept the fact that it's not always going to go according to plan. Alright, that's not the bullet I wanted to bite, but it's a bullet that we're taking nonetheless, so you know what, whatever. We'll just, might as well get it out of the way. That is fine. So that's going to trigger his field spell, grabs a token, and then grabs a Phantasm Trap card, basically. So it'll either be Spiral Power or Spiral Battle. So Battle, I believe, just pops one of our cards. I say just as if that's not big deal. It's performing well. It was more so we were experiencing like connectivity issues and resolution issues and things like that before. And, you know, now it's working fine, basically. We also have, there's a few things in the work in terms of like, you know, fancy setups and layouts and things like that. But to be honest, we couldn't reach something before the stream started. So we just decided that's for another day, basically. Keep it nice and simple here for now. We have a few different options here. We can ditch one of these equip spells for our Oliver. He becomes a level 1 tuner. That's not a bad idea. In fact, I think that's actually what we have to do. So we're going to ditch then the smoke grenade for our Oliver. Oliver will summon himself as a level 1, which is a little bit of a pain, but you know what? I'm sure we will live. He does at any point here have the ability to pop one of our cards. So that is something we want to be aware of. If he lets us go into Isolde here without popping it, then we're in business. So Isolde will search our deck for a card, right? So as long as he doesn't pop right now, we're golden. There it is. All right. He knew. Oh no, he knew. Okay. Rough, but you know what? That's fair. Our opponent very clearly saw where we were coming from. You know, water against fire. We're naturally at like a disadvantage here. You know what I mean? I feel like we should get a referee involved, to be perfectly honest, but that's just me. What do I know about the situation? That's fine. We're just going to leave it there. Our opponent's not going to be able to push for lethal. He can only control one of those tokens at a time. And I've played that deck. The one thing it really struggles with is actually finishing a game. So we're probably going to have a turn or two here to try and claw it back. Oh, he's running the equip spells. Interesting. Alright, so he boosts up by 500. Although this one only does anything if it destroys a monster. So that's grand. We don't have any targets for our effect veiler, so this is a completely disposable card. This can be anything. Bang, bang, bang. We're going to take 2 hits straight to the face. 4,500 damage. We don't really care, to be honest. Me into... Depending on what type of draw we get here. That's not great. That's not what you want to see. Ooh, see, stealth attack makes this a little bit awkward. See, stealth attack is basically gonna let him banish one of his water monsters to protect all of his stuff. That's the actual like scientific breakdown of that card's effect. So it is very specialized terminology we use. All of this stuff is now safe. So we're going to normal summon Ogier. Ogier then will activate its effect to mill away cards from our deck to the graveyard. Having a glance... Man, having a glance, there's not a lot of useful cards we can send. This is not great. We have Oliver in the grave already. Oliver is something at least. Something in the graveyard. What will be of any value in the graveyard? Nothing really. Guys, I'm gonna be real, we're kind of struggling. We struggling out here. Just a little bit. Sent to the graveyard. Why can't you be at the hand, please? Sent to the graveyard. Alright, we're gonna send... Gearfried, I guess. There's nothing else really worth sending, to be perfectly honest. So we'll send a Gearfried. He gets to use his Spiral City, of course. He replaces his lost token and gets to search for yet another card. So it'll either be, again, the Spiral Battle or the Spiral Power. There is the Spiral Power this time, so it reduces my attack by 1,000 and negates my effects. Now, I can equip this guy, but it doesn't actually do anything for me. So what we're going to do, to keep this as straightforward as possible, we're going to equip on our... let me turn this fan off. We're going to equip on the Noble Arms of Destiny. Noble Arms of Destiny is going to protect our Ogier from destruction at least once. But if he uses that Spiral Power Trap card, then we're still cooked. Because he reduces us by 1,000, he swings over for 15, and then 2k. That's enough to finish us off. So if all he has to do is use the trap card, and he knows exactly what's going on. Man, is this going to be the first L? Man, it is what it is. But Buster Blader, like I said earlier on in the stream, Buster Blader would have minced this man. Buster Blader too strong for these lower levels. Way too strong. And then 15 to the face here from the token. Like, that's just life sometimes. What are you gonna do about it? Oh no! Oh, he messed up. He gave us another turn. He even used his Spiral Power for that. Okay. I don't think we can win. But, I mean, I'll take an extra turn. Like, I will take any and every opportunity that someone is stupid enough to give me. Abso-freaking-lutely. Sign me up. Alright, Ogier's going to send another card from deck to graveyard. Or is it? Is it? Alright, banish your token, that's fine. Now, your face-out spells and traps cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. Okay. Send to graveyard. Alrighty, now we do have the Fire Flint Lady here for a bit of extension, but we've already used this sold. So like, what do we... We are ridiculously limited here in terms of what we can go into. But I get to search for the Spiral Battle as well. Man, these guys are nuts. Alright, so he's got the Spiral Battle in his hand. We have a few cards here we can use. I don't think any of them will actually do anything, though. We're going to use the Fireflint Lady. We're going to summon her out to the field in defense, right? Torrential Tribute. Interesting. Okay. I'll end my turn. If he summons a token here, that's pretty much GG's. But under what circumstances does he summon a token, though? I completely forgotten. It's been that long since I've read this card. Oh man, it is way too hot with this heat wave going on. I'm turning the fan back on. This is not great. I'm gonna keep it real, Chief. Between this and then working like a 10-hour shift right before doing this, that's just no bueno, Chief. I'm exhausted. Oh, the Planet Pathfinder. That's really rough. That's really rough. Even if I were to ash that, I don't think it changes the outcome. What is he doing? He hit us for... Why? Oh, he used Point of Prosperity, did he? He did. So his battle damage was halved. We still have 1,000 life. Why? Finish the damn game. Man. Alright, we're just gonna summon Oliver. Can I do anything in the graveyard? We can make our Oliver untargetable and indestructible. Alright. I mean, we might as well. We're not losing anything from doing it. Like, why not? Sign me the fuck up. There's his token. Ah, wait, that's what we're losing by doing this. Hang on. Wait, hang on. I remember. There's something about... something about this isn't right. Man. Yeah. Oh, this is... Nice. Good. I was a little bit worried about that, to be honest. It is fairly far away, and it's like not facing it directly, so it wasn't too likely for it to come through. So that's fine. But I was a little bit worried about it because it's not like silent. See, stealth attack. So now his spells or traps are protected, but like that's not even what I was going for, Chief, to be honest. I'm just looking to get some hurt in before I inevitably lose. Well, I guess to summon another token. You cheeky little shite. But you know what? A win's a win. I'm giving it to him. It's yours. Take it. Stop activating cards and take your win. Just let it happen. Oh my god. There you go. Thank you. And it was the Ogier here stopped us from being destroyed by the sea stealth attack. So that's fine. We don't mind taking an L there. That's our first loss of the event. So, well, the first loss of the event since it started. So, like, we got a few wins in there. Excellent. We're gonna get the D level 15 using this deck because it isn't a very strong deck. At least not in my hands. I dare say it could be wielded better by other people, but I'm still learning it. So that's why we're playing it in the easy ranks. Once we start getting out of the kiddie pool, we're gonna start looking towards some of the more powerful decks that are in our arsenal. Let's have a look-see. What have we got to play with? You know what? Initially, I was looking at this and thinking it was awful, but you know what? I'm actually completely okay with this hand. They know if you scoop, you don't get medals from it. Yeah, probably you're probably right. But I mean, what are you gonna do? It's the same difference, realistically. People are always going to be like that. That's just, you know, BM. That's toxic. But it's just something you do. I'm sure we've all done it as well. You know what I mean? Where you're like so close to the end of your combo and you know that the person has lost. You can just swing for game. You want to do your combo. That's exactly what it's like. So I do understand why they're doing it. But like, come on. uh, da, da, da. Okay, okay, okay. We've got a few options. Okay, we're gonna go for this. That's gonna grab us a Durandal, which isn't much, admittedly. But we do have the ability to discard it to summon out the Infernoble Knight Oliver, so it is still something technically, which is great. We're gonna leave Oliver as he is just for now. And we're gonna use his effect. We're gonna ditch Durandal to summon him to the field as a level 1. Then using 2 level 1s was two level 1s get you in. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So sold a couple of effects. Effect numero uno is going to grab us a fire warrior monster of our choosing. Add it from deck to hand, which is great. So we're gonna add, well, actually it's any warrior monster. So we're gonna add Gearfried. Gearfried. That's gonna be for follow-up. We have no other way of searching it really, so we don't mind losing the ability to summon it this turn. Now we're going to use a Sold to go into a level 2, which will be your Ganba. We're going to use search. Man, I've never had that level up for... I'm trying to think about what the combo could be. You know what I mean? So from here, it's very clearly going to be something like the Hulk into the Auroradon, but it's like, where do you go from there is what I'm struggling with the most at the minute. Trying to envision the combo in my head, but it's... man, we're just struggling with a hand like this without being able to add the Gearfried. Let's get in here, get ourselves sorted out. So Jet comes out. Jet and the Crystron Hulk are going to go into the Auroradon. Good. Auroradon. Maybe we shouldn't have used the... Yeah, we definitely need a level 5 non-tuner. I feel like that's going to be holding the deck back. I feel like it really is. It's holding it back big 10, to be honest. Mega Phantom Beast. We're just going to go into the Borreload Savage Dragon and a Baron de Fleur, I think, for this time. It's the safest possible play. I don't think we're going to be doing any hand loop shenanigans in this duel. Unfortunately, I think I did maybe not get the combo completely right. Oh, actually, can I even? I don't think I even can. Grand. So we're going to grab the Auroradon and the Mega Phantom Beast token. Good. There's the Auroradon. Excellent. Excelente. Shooting Razor, we can reduce its card level by the card sent. So these two will summon the Razor. The Razor will send something from the deck to the graveyard to change its level. So what level would we make it? Man. What do we have in the graveyard? Jet. Alright, we have Jet in the graveyard. We're going to discard 1. Summon Jet from the grave. Grand. We're not going to go into Charles. What we're going to do instead is... Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're going to go into Armory Arm. then Armory Arm and Oliver are going to go into your Draco Berserker. And this can be any level it's synchro. I would prefer this to be Omega, to be perfectly honest. I would prefer Omega. I just don't have it, nor do I have the ability to craft it right now. So that sort of is what it is at the moment. So we don't have the greatest of things here. Really gonna have to work on this deck. I was working a lot better previous to this when I was actually recording the video on it. It was working a lot better. So maybe I need to rethink some of the combos. Well, there's no maybe about it. We're seeing objective evidence that yes, we need to reevaluate the combos. Alright, our opponent's gonna go for Sky Strikers inbound, Sky Striker mobilize. Alright, alright. We do have quite a few decent enough ways of stopping this type of thing. So, you know, we're not overly worried about it, to be honest. Right, so there's the Sky Striker maneuver. That's not great. You don't like to see that. Now, we don't really have much of a choice but to negate that, unfortunately. So we're ditching the maneuver. Again, that does cost us our Omni negate for the turn. Right, okay. Apparently that doesn't even matter. Is this targeting destruction? It is, and he targeted the Savage Dragon. Okay. Right, okay, so our negate's gone, which means... Wait, hang on, did I misread that? I did misread that. Oh, dear. That's not fantastic. Does this not directly clash with Ray? Is Adventure Sky Strikers good? It doesn't seem good. Like, in theory, because you want Ray to be able to use her effect to special summon out a Sky Striker Ace. Whereas in this deck, you can't do that because you can't activate its effect. You're not in the same column, unfortunately. Gotta grab the Draco back. Then he's gonna, I'm assuming, discard the Draco back to add the Griffin Rider. Yep. Then the Draco bag will be equipped onto the token on the field. So it will. Okay. He's also going to special summon it, the Griffin Rider. Man, the Adventure Engine is tough. You know what I mean? That is some real tough stuff. Griffin Rider, 2k attack. I mean, 2k attack's not that much. He did, unfortunately, play it to the correct column, which you hate to see. They're going to bounce the Savage Dragon back to me, so that's fine. We are honestly just going to hold on to this Imperm unless we end up needing to use it, because having it for our opponent's turn is going to be significantly better. They do have the Ray after all, and are now going to be able to use it to simply summon normally out whatever ace they choose to summon. So they're going to summon either Shizuki or Kagari. Typically it's Kagari to start off the combos. So let's see what their play is. Is our opponent not going to make a move? Okay, yeah, so he's just going into battle. Right, he just took a long time to decide to go into battle. Alright, okay. So we're taking some hits, but we are going to live, which is good. That means we get another chance of breaking this board. And honestly, our opponent's board is not that big of a deal. He can't use his Ray to jump off and then like land a fatal blow. That's what I'm saying. It seems like it directly contradicts like the... I mean, it's only really that one particular aspect of the combo it contradicts. Everything else works fine. This guy's got everything. So he's gonna go into Vert Anaconda, pay 2k to send for the Fusion Destiny. He has the Griffin Rider to negate the Imperm? Man. Because even if I had held on to this and used it in a wee minute, the Griffin Rider still would have been a problem. Like, it doesn't matter when or where. That Griffin Rider just simply existing is... it was always going to stop that. I'm trying to think of a way to stop DPE from just immediately destroying us. If we can get an equip card, if we draw into Durandal, right? If we draw Durandal and equip it onto DPE, then we can special summon it our Gearfried, and Gearfried will be able to negate a monster effect, which will protect it from the DPE's activation. But unfortunately, we don't do that. We just draw another Gearfried, which is cool, I guess, except, you know, there are hard ones per turn. So one of them is effectively useless. So, I mean, he can just pop us now before we get any equips. I don't think we even can get any equips right now in this situation. But our opponent's not taking that chance. He just wants to get us off the board ASAP. So that's Gearfried down. I mean, that's pretty much it. We don't have very much else we can do here. Fusion Destiny kicks him out. Of course it does. What we're going to do is we're going to play one more game with Noble Knights after this. We don't want to sit on one deck for too long. So after this game here, win or lose, we're going to move on to the next deck. If it is a win, that would be preferable, of course. But, I mean, no, it's not a win. It's a loss. Right, okay. That is game for Noble Knights then. We need to get a lot more practice in when it comes to Noble Knights. It's not an easy deck to pilot, especially not being so new to it. So that's always going to happen. That's fine. So Noble Knights are out. What are we bringing in? Let's do maybe a little bit of Thunder Dragons. Let's try Thunder Dragons. Just put up a video today about Thunder Dragons and how they're performing in the metagame, and they're pretty solid. They're okay. They have a decent-ish matchup against Floenderies if you're going first and are able to set up Colossus. Like, Colossus is a major out for Floenderies, and everything else is just generally pretty decent. Nothing spectacular. It's not top tier or anything like that, but it's definitely at least somewhat competitive. Alright, we're going first. First. Not the greatest hand in the world. Do we have Link Rebo? We do not have Link Rebo. Okay. Right. Okay, we're gonna have to discard Thunder Dragon Dark. Right. We don't like doing that because we want to get a tougher effect. But we don't have much of a choice in the matter. So we discard Thunder Dragon Dark, and then we're gonna normal summon Thunder Dragon Matrix. Right, and then we're going to use Thunder Dragon Matrix in a in a fusion summon for the Colossus. Colossus then hits the board. Our Matrix is going to activate its effect when it's sent to the graveyard. It's going to grab us yet another Matrix. Okay. And the Black Dragon Collapse Serpent then, we're going to banish the Matrix from the graveyard. To summon itself out of the field. We, of course, have the Dark still in the graveyard for some level of protection on our Colossus if we need it. We're going to use the Black Dragon to go into the Straker Dragon. The Black Dragon then will search our deck for the White Dragon. Pretty straightforward stuff. We're going to add the White Dragon to our hand. Then we're going to summon the White Dragon by banishing from the graveyard the Black Dragon. So that's banished. Good stuff. And okay, we've got a few wee options here. I think the best one we're going to go for is going to be the Union Lock. So we're going to use these two guys to go into Union Carrier. Union Carrier then is going to equip onto our Colossus the Dragon Buster Destruction Sword from the deck. Which is going to lock our opponent completely out of searching their deck for cards, as well as using their extra deck completely. No bueno, no touch, basically. Da, da, da. And you have done so in a... Yeah, you have a pretty decent board here. That's pretty good, so it is. Uh, it's not amazing. We would have preferred to have at least like one active negate at any given time. We were short by one material for Thunder Dragon Fusion. So we weren't completely... Again, our head's not completely in the game, I'll be honest. I am pretty exhausted. But that just sort of is what it is. We were one material shy for the Thunder Dragon Fusion. Orochi and Pot of Desires. Is it if this man like normal summons Grand Maju and punches me in the face for like 7,000 damage, I'm not gonna be happy about it. Especially with Union Carrier being such like a vulnerable sore point on the field. That would be so unnecessary. If he hits us for like 10k. Let's see. Shining Angel. Oh. Oh no, I see what he's doing. Yeah, he's swinging in here. He's going to take this out. And then he's going to summon the Grand Magi. Now, Grand Magi has 400 attack per banished card. There's 8 cards banished there, 2 cards banished here. So 20 cards banished in all. Oh, thank God, he's going for the Golden Homunculus. Okay, good stuff. Orochi, are you sure, Chief? You sure you want to do that? I mean, I'll let it go, but like, are you sure? 1150. Good stuff. Orochi. Oh no. There was nothing that could have been done to stop this. Man, this guy is like Giga Brain. What the hell? Golden Homunculus? Isn't this just like a weaker version of Grand Magi? I thought Grand Magi had 400, but then I suppose it's not as searchable. I suppose it's the only real advantage. Yep, there it is. We are not having a great time of it. As soon as we got to this rank, we started having a lot of difficulties. We're gonna have to just power on through it here, so we are. We're not gonna bend our knee to the common meta decks. We're still gonna do so our way using our cards. So let's get right on that. Okay, yep, so we flipped a heads, that's perfect. We really want to go first whenever you're using the Thunder Dragons, because setting up your Colossus and your extra deck lock as well as any negates is going to be super powerful against the vast majority of decks in the metagame. So very important to do. We do have Ready Fusion and Thunder Dragon Roar in hand. This is basically one of your 2-card combos that I talked about in my video most recently. So the way this particular form of the combo works is Ready Fusion will summon out Kaminari Attack. Then Kaminari Attack will banish itself and Thunder Dragon Roar in order to summon out Thunder Dragon Titan. So Titan by itself is a pretty impressive boss monster, so it is landing at 3200 attack and being able to pop cards without targeting. Now, the Roar is going to summon out from our deck the Dark. Well, typically we would have some way of sending it to the graveyard. We still gonna send a Dark. We're still gonna send Dark. Probably should have gotten actually the original Thunder Dragon. May have been more impactful. Yeah. Let's see here. Man. Okay, we're just gonna set one pass. Okay. We don't really have much else we can do. I was trying to think of something. I really wanted to tribute Dasher. So I did. I wanted to tribute over this for the Dasher. But I didn't want to sacrifice the DPE play that could potentially follow up. Having the Dark in hand is still useful though, because we can discard it for our Titan's effect during our opponent's turn. So we can discard this, search for another Dark, and then we pop a card, basically whenever we want. So he is still useful on our opponent's turn. He's banishing the Water Enchantress. This is rough. That's fine. He's going to grab the Raid of Aramasir. Raid of Aramasir grabs an adventure token as well as Fateful Adventure. Now, we do have the ability to pop the Fateful Adventure before it can get any adventuring done, which is totally a possibility that I think I might actually take them up on. Oh, they didn't actually... Yeah, they had it in their hand. Okay, well, that's unfortunate for our opponent, so it is, drawing into a card like that instead of getting it from the Raid of Aramasir. So we're gonna, now, before he can get any actual adventuring done, we're going to activate the effect of Thunder Dragon Dark, chain to that the effect of Titan. Thank God he didn't chain block us. And now we're going to be able to destroy that Fateful Adventure. We also have the set Imperm, which is... Oh, we almost destroyed our own Imperm. That would have been tragic. We're going to destroy the Fateful Adventure. That means no searches, no nothing like that for our opponent. We have 2 of our Thunder Dragon Darks in play now, don't we? No, just one of them. Yes, because this one was returned back to our hand. Oh, triple tactics talent. I also... Yeah, I was going to say, I almost wish he takes control of the monster until the end phase. I feel like that is the least impactful against us, unless he finds some way to push for lethal damage. Oh... Virtual Worlds will probably be able to push for lethal damage. That's not great. Not what you like to see at all. Alright. Let's have a wee look-see. Supreme Sovereign. Okay, yeah. Why did he? I'm curious about why he went into the Supreme Sovereign and not something else. Honestly, I am a little bit curious about that. Our opponent's gonna banish from their deck. What are you gonna banish? Nibiru the Primal Being. And he's doing that in order to banish a card on our field and in our hand. We are going to... What's the... Let's crunch some numbers here. Still over... it's still more than enough in terms of just raw damage. We can negate the Qing Ying's effect, but he still has like 6,007... Or sorry... 7,500 damage on board. 7,700 damage. Jesus, if I can count. So yeah, more than enough damage for lethal, unfortunately. Yeah, there's nothing... And we are getting cooked at this level. What? It's only level like 14 or something like that. I don't know what's going on here. I think people are just out here really giving it their all, which I don't blame them. You know, this is a competitive event. Everyone wants to be doing their best, and we're just sort of fooling around, so we are using these sort of out-of-character decks. So, you know, it could be something daft. Okay, we win another coin toss. That's great. We're going to go first again. If we can set up our lock, unlike last time, which we didn't get the chance to, if we can set up the lock, we're going to be in a very strong position. And we can. Okay, so Gold Saga is almost like a one-card combo here, and its animation is really clean, so it is. So we'll see this wee animation here first. Or will we? We will. Look at that. That's really nice. Then we're going to banish Thunder Dragon Roar, so we are. So the reason we're banishing Roar is because it will summon from the deck another Thunder Dragon. So the particular one we want to summon will, of course, be Thunder Dragon Dark. Okay, well, we get Ash there, which is interesting. It's a very good Ash from our opponent. That's a very, very strong Ash against the Roar. Unfortunately for them, we already have the Hawk in hand. We're going to use the Thunder Dragon first. We're going to test and see if they've got anything else. No Gammas or anything like that by the looks of it. We're going to do it again to be sure. Okay, perfect. So they went through just fine, which means we should be able to get this across the board. So we're going to use now Thunder Dragon Hawk. Hawk is going to grab a Roar from the banish pile, summon the Roar. Then, oh, that's a tough choice. Do we summon Effect Veiler? We don't know what deck he's playing at the minute, so I think Effect Veiler is going to be more useful in the hand. We're gonna just summon the Thunder Dragon Colossus, and for now, we're gonna hope that that's enough. Purely from the perspective of we don't know what they're playing yet, and we do have at least one small interruption with the Effect Veiler. So if we're playing against the likes of Flowanderies, we may be golden. If we're not, then we may not be golden. It's really rather simple. Okay. Let's get this turned off for a little while. Let's get a little bit of heat. Okay, so what is our opponent playing? They've got a Japanese name. That means they could be playing freaking anything, to be honest. These guys always surprise you with the uniqueness of the decks that they are bringing out against you. Why was my video paused? We had no music? Why don't we have music? How dare you? That's fine. Oh my god, this heat is unreal. Galaxy Soldier. Okay, so we're either playing against what, like Saber Dragons, Blue Eyes, or Galaxy Eyes, I guess. I don't think I've... Yeah, it is Galaxy Eyes. There's the Photon Dragon. I just wasn't paying attention because of I was turning the fan back on. Okay. The Photon Dragon's really, really cool. I love seeing the Photon Dragon. So I do. That's really cool. Alright, alright. Let's... Did he... Yeah, I was gonna say he didn't search off of the soldier. Oh, he can't because of Colossus, of course. Duh. I always forget. Like, honestly, I even forget about my own Colossus sometimes and like what its effect actually extends to. Because it's a lot of stuff. Like, it really is. Okay, so we're gonna banish a Dark from the grave here. We're gonna banish the Roar to summon the White Dragon Wyvern Burster. That'll trigger the Roar to summon a Thunder Dragon monster from our deck out to the field. We're going to summon, like we were last time, going to summon a Thunder Dragon Dark. Except we're not. Oh, actually, yes. I mean, we should be, because... Yeah, this is a banished card. It's not in the graveyard. I don't know what you're aiming at with Call by the Grave, but you're not going to hit your mark, my guy. You're off center. You're off target. Special summon from the deck. We're going to summon the Thunder Dragon Dark. Okay. I mean, there shouldn't be... Oh, he just skips it up. He has nothing. Okay. I mean, a free win's a free win. Okay. Let's just take that and move on, I guess. So we only need, I'd imagine we only need one more win before we get to D level 15, is that right? No? Okay. I guess 2 more wins? Or maybe it needs to be like a win streak type deal. That's probably more appropriate, so it is. Okay. I keep on zoning out, imagining different plays we can do. I need to say sort of more focused in the moment. I keep on like going through all the plays in my head instead of saying them out loud for you guys so that we're all on the same page. So we'll try to keep on top of that. And this isn't a fantastic hand. We keep on drawing in the hands where we're unable to banish the Roar. Banishing the Roar is the bread and butter core of the deck, so it is. So, I mean, we're not without plays, but it's just going to be very basic. We're going to discard a Dark. I mean, I almost hope this gets ashed. Well, no, if it gets ashed, does that count as having been used for the Colossus? I'm not sure if that even counts then. Well, I mean, if he ashes it, we'll find out. Yeah, 100%. I'm not going to sit here and Google a ruling here while we're on stream. I'm just going to summon the Matrix, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We'll just see what happens. It does. Okay, so it still satisfies the condition. Okay, that's fine. Honestly, it's good then that got hit by the Ash, because I would much rather not have the Dark in my hand, to be honest. I would much rather it be in the deck to be used later, and we have the Thunder Dragon Fusion for follow-up next turn, as well as Effect Veiler in our hand. Man, we really need to... We're really off our game here today. We need to pick us up. I don't know if we're just drawing bad hands or if it's actually me being so tired, but we're not at our best here tonight. It's the last time I do streams after work. I'm always going to schedule them now a day ahead, because this is not working. Ferris. Okay. Now, heroes rely a lot on searching, so let's see how this works out. The Colossus is going to limit this guy quite a lot. Like, that Ferris, sorry, not the Shadow Mist, sorry, is not going to be able to do anything. So it's not, which is big. That's really big. Vion will be just as good. Increase is just... So the Vision Hero package is largely unaffected. He won't be able to grab Poly from the deck. So I don't even know if Ferris is worth negating. I mean, it probably is. Yeah, it's the best, like, single card in the deck in terms of the engine to get everything running. He isn't able to use Vion to search for Poly, so I don't think it's like a massive threat. But I can't envision him summoning anything else that is a massive threat, you know what I mean? Like, what normal summon do heroes have? Yeah, so he has the Vion anyway. Vion will send from deck to graveyard, probably send a Malicious, if I were to guess. But he doesn't have the ability to search for Poly. Yeah, there's the Malicious. So we had the Vion in hand, so we would have basically given him a second Vion, almost, basically. Once per turn, banish a hero, he would have been able to do multiple of those. Yeah, he can't use the second effect of Vion to banish a monster to search for the Poly. So we are restricting him. Again, heroes do rely quite heavily on their searches, so I expect, again, Colossus, even just by itself, to be a really, really difficult match for them to go up against. They don't play a lot of heroes capable of destroying it. He would have to have top decked the fusion card, which, I mean, given the fact that he has only 2 cards left in his hand, and now he's going into the Anaconda. Okay, so the Anaconda actually, I mean, what's he going to do? Send Fusion Destiny? It doesn't solve anything because DPE doesn't out the Colossus. Like, at all. It does not out the Colossus whatsoever. So Colossus has a really, really positive matchup here. Plasma, he could have. That's why, that's a big part of why I had negated the Ferris, to stop him from getting, like, the additional materials. Because it is, like, it's the only card in his deck that was going to give him that level of card advantage. But he did send Fusion Destiny, did he? He did, yeah. But with the normal summon being the Vion, and then with the Ferris being negated, there was no way he was going to be able to extend in the Plasma. Again, even something like I mean, that's the thing. The Colossus and its ability to resist being destroyed, even just by itself, is such a powerful ability that, you know, it doesn't always occur to everyone how strong that can be. He's going to try and pop us twice here. If we need to, we will use the effect of one of the guys in our hand. So he's going to try and destroy us using the Predaplant Verte Anaconda here. We're going to use our effect to protect ourselves. We're going to use the Thunder Dragon Darks effect. It's going to search our deck for another card. And that card being the OG Thunder Dragon. Because next turn we're going to be going into Titan, and with Thunder Dragon here, Titan is going to have a lot of popping power. We're going to be able to do a lot of damage with a Titan next turn. He's going to swing in. We're going to be able to resist being destroyed again. So we'll banish this time the Matrix. We are not going to activate its effect. The reason we're not activating its effect is we're going to activate the effect of the Matrix in hand. You can only use one of the effects per turn. The reason we're using the one in hand now is so that during the draw phase, we have a Thunder in graveyard, just in case he decides to get, you know, aggressive and destroy early. I know I would have if I saw our opponent didn't have a Thunder in the grave in the draw phase. Just pop right then and there to stop them from disrupting your destruction. So if our opponent was smart, they would have done that. We're going to use one Thunder Dragon. So we are. One of the Thunder Dragon's effects In fact, we could probably use 2 of them. So if I activate you right now, then I don't recycle back both of you. No, yeah, no, that's fine. That's the perfect amount. So we use Thunder Dragon Fusion now. So this is going to allow us to get Titan. He has the ability to activate the Destroyer, Phoenix, Enforcer whenever he wants, but it's not going to get him very far. We're going to shuffle back the 2 banished Thunder Dragons, as well as the original Thunder Dragon from the graveyard. In fact, actually, we'll bounce back the Matrix. Or will we? No, we'll bounce back the original Thunder Dragon. Purely because if he does try to destroy us, we can banish the Matrix to then search for a Matrix. So it's basically a lot more straightforward. We've got the Titan on board. Is he gonna preemptively? I hope he preemptively goes to destroy, thinking he's being smart. It would definitely not be smart. But he might do it. He might do it. He did not. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna use the OG Thunder Dragon then. Discard to add another from deck to hand. Now we're gonna be able to use the effect of Titan. Titan's going to pop a card without targeting. DPE now is going to pop a card without targeting. So just a lot of overall poppage going on here. So here you're going to choose yourself and Titan. Titan will protect himself by banishing any 2 cards from the graveyard. So we're going to banish these 2. Good. And... oh, okay, he scooped up before we need to destroy our own card. Having a lot of fun with Thunders, yep. It's a deck that we've played a good little bit on the channel. I recently put a video up on it earlier on today, actually, so I'm just sort of still playing around with them. We're not opening up great hands, but luckily we got a pretty decent matchup there. So, you know, we still came out on top, so that's fine. We don't play a lot of hand traps. I feel like that's part of our problem. Okay, so we're on our final win here for DV level 14. We're going to be going up to 15, assuming we win this. So, yeah, we're going to be seeing what happens here. Yeah, no, Heist Manager, you and I are in the same boat there, my friend, so we are. Let's have a look here. Now, this is a hand. This is an amazing hand when it comes to Thunder Dragon, so it is. See, the moment you see Aloof Lupine and either Dark or Roar in your opening hand, that is it. That's what you want to be seeing. So we're going to normal summon the Aloof Lupine then. Lupine's going to banish the Dark from hand to banish the Roar from deck, assuming we don't get, like, you know, negated. But even if we do, like, that's why you like seeing one or the other, because he could Imperm or Ash, and it would inconvenience us, but it wouldn't hinder the deck overall all that much. So it's more important that we get to search through with Dark rather than the summon off of Roar. So we're gonna do Dark as Chain Link 1 and Roar as Chain Link 2. And again, Chain Linking is important for anyone who's unaware. Your opponent can only respond to the last chain in a resolving chain link, so he would not be able to respond to my Thunder Dragon Dark because it was Chain Link 1 and Chain Link 2 was Thunder Dragon Roar. He could only respond to the Roar. Just in case anyone's unaware of that. Again, I could probably break that down in more detail at a later time. We're going to special summon one of these dudes from our deck. We're going to summon... I believe we're going to summon the Thunder Dragon, the OG. The reason we're summoning the original Thunder Dragon is purely because of its level. Deck the hand, Hawk. Honestly, it's been a while since we've taken the Max C challenge. I think we're just going to take the Max C challenge. You know what I mean? Like, we're on camera. We might as well. We're not scared. What are you going to do? We're going to Ready Fusion. Ready Fusion. We're going to summon out the Sea Monster of Physios. So that's a level 5 tuner then, and what we have on our field is a level 5 non-tuner. We all know what that makes. The Baron de Fleur. So that's great. We've got that Omni Negate on deck. Now our opponent's going to have 476 cards in his hand. So one singular omni-negate may not matter. So what we're going to do is focus on something a little bit more direct. We're going to grab the Thunder Dragon Dark from the banished pile. Now, can I put an additional monster on board? Doesn't seem as though I can. That's fine, be that as it may. We're going to use our Dark then. We're going to go into... I would have liked to do the extra deck lock as well. I'm realizing now I may have miscalculated. I, for some reason, thought we could extend by one more monster, and apparently I was wrong. That's not great. Okay, well, you know what? Our opponent only has, what, 10 cards in his hand? Is that all? That's fine. That's only twice as many cards as you're supposed to start with. That's no biggie. Let's see what our opponent can whip out here. If he doesn't completely destroy us, like, oh, it's Eldritch. Oh my lord. Touch grass, you freaking nerd. It's a competitive event. I can't say that. Like, people are here to win. It's not the same as like playing like regular old ranked or in the casual mode. No, people are here to win, so I can't even insult them for it. Like, that's the whole point. Red of Aramis here. That would be a right pain. But he's gonna get another one anyway. I don't know why I'm surprised. We gave him his entire deck. We just picked his deck up, put it in his hand, and said, you know what, Chief? You have fun. You go nuts there. So he's got a second Red of Aramis here, because of course he does. So that was our one negate completely wasted. Now, the Fateful Adventure, luckily, so long as our Colossus is face up, is useless. So let's just hope and pray he doesn't have the... Oh wait, he does have the gold wallet, because he would have searched it, wouldn't he? Or he can search it using the Cursed Eldland. So, I mean, he hasn't yet, but he can if he wants. So he's going to special summon out the Water Enchantress, which is something, I guess. Fateful Adventure. Can he activate that? I didn't think he could. Oh, he can equip it. Of course he can. Man. That makes too much sense. Luckily for me, you control an effect monster and you played it in my imperm column. You utter dolt. I do not think so. We're going to negate your Draco back. Again, playing against Eldritch Adventure, like, you're literally never going to see a better opportunity to use your imperm than that to stop the Draco back returning the Colossus. That's the best possible use of an imperm that we could have hoped for in this particular matchup. So our opponent realizes that. They're going to go into Link Spider, I'm assuming, so he can go into DPE then. If I were to make an educated assumption. There's the Verte Anaconda, yeah. I mean, that's honestly sort of fine. Okay, so he's gonna pay 2k. He's gonna send the Fusion Destiny as well as the materials to the graveyard, and he's gonna get Fusion Summoning. There's the Celestial Dasher, the classic old combo. We've got the DP then out on the field, reducing all of our attack points by 400 and providing him with an active destruction effect whenever he wants. He is going to get popping a card here. What is he going to pop? He's going to pop the Cursed Eldland and our Baron de Fleur. Now, Baron de Fleur wasn't all that useful anymore because it has used up its negate, so it's you know, whatever. If it's sent from the field to the graveyard, add an Eldritch monster or Golden Land spell or trap card. So if he adds the Golden Lord, it starts looking really rough for us. Oh no, it's sent to graveyard. Right, okay. I mean, even then that wouldn't be great for us, but still, it's better. Right, okay, so he goes for the Lupine, which is interesting because that means I get to add Roar back to my hand, which is quite a valuable resource actually. Yeah, that's a very valuable resource. I don't know why you would just give that to me. I don't agree with that play at all, actually. I think that's a very bad play. So our opponent then, I'm assuming, is just going to go to end their turn now. Oh no, they've got 17 freaking trap cards they need to set down first. I forgot about that. Forgot we're playing against Eldritch. I'm going to boost up the attack points of our Colossus here, just to make sure that going into our turn, we're big enough to swing over that DPE if needed. We got that Chaos Space on deck. That is beautiful. So now we can use Chaos Space to dump the Roar to grab the White Dragon Wyvern Burster straight from our deck, which is phenomenal. Good. Grab the White Dragon. Now we can special summon the White Dragon by banishing a Dark from Grave. We're going to banish the Roar. Summon out our White Dragon Wyvern Burster. So our opponent has Solemn Judgment. The reason I know our opponent has Solemn Judgment is Solemn Judgment can negate the summon of a card. His field lit up to show that he held priority before the attack points of my White Dragon Wyvern Burster dropped, meaning he was responding to the summon of my card, unless he has another card that negates summons, like Solemn Warning or whatever. But something on his back row negates summons, and in almost all instances, that is Solemn Judgment. So that's a key thing to look out for as well, so be aware of that. Special summon from deck. We're going to go for Dark, Thunder Dragon Dark. Okay. So what we can do, given that we have approximate knowledge that it might be a Solemn Judgment, what we're going to do is summon Predaplant for Anaconda, right? That's going to trigger the effect of both of the materials that were sent to the graveyard for its summon, the White Dragon and the Thunder Dragon Dark. Thunder Dragon Dark's going to add a Thunder Dragon card from our deck to our hand, and the White Dragon Wyvern Burster. Dogmatic of Punishment, interesting. The White Dragon Wyvern Burster will be adding a Black Dragon to our hand. Alright, so punishment, get sending a card. What are you going to send? An Entis, I guess, is the most likely, but it could also be, yeah, it could be literally anything else, because it's only one card he needs to pop. Okay, Thunder Dragon Fusion, let's keep it nice and simple. So that's one of his back gone. It's a slight inconvenience not having the Predaplant for Anaconda, but it's not the end of the world. We're going to banish the White Dragon from the graveyard here to summon the Black Dragon. That means we can now use the second effect of Chaos Space in the graveyard, where we can banish it to return the White Dragon back into the deck to draw an additional card. So we get a wee +1 off of that, which is great. Grand. Oh, Fusion Destiny, what a draw. You love to see it. Alright, we're gonna go for Thunder Dragon Fusion then. We're going to see if we can bait him into negating the summon of our card. Then we can start sniping back row. There's the Solemn Judgment. Told you had the Judgment. There it is. Alright. Knew there was a Judgment in there. You'll love to see it. Unless he has another one, in which case you don't love to see it. In which case I would very much not be loving it. Let's see, we're gonna not play into the Imperm column because now I'm a little bit nervous. There's no way you have 2 Judgment. If you have 2 Judgment, you're simply the best player in the world. I don't know what to tell you. Let's freaking go. Absolutely right. Top gamer moment. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, we popped this. It boosts our attack points up to 3100, and then that's lethal over the Anaconda. You're 100% right. That's what I was aiming for. That's why we're summoning. That's why we used the Thunder Dragon Fusion first, because I would rather it get hit by the Judgment over the Fusion Destiny. Why can I not remember card names? My brain is just non-functioning today. So we pop the DPE, so our attack points go up to 3100. We grab our monster from the graveyard. We have 3k over the Anaconda, so unless our opponent has some sort of miracle he wants to... Oh, is that a miracle? Did I speak too soon? Oh no! Well, small miscalculation, lads. Small miscalculation, boys and girls. That's not great. That is not good. That is the exact opposite of good. Alright, we're still gonna deal quite a lot of damage over that DPE. Now, what that does mean is that he can no longer use the effect of Curse Eldon. It costs 800 life points, so that's an important note to take with his life point total. Although he's gonna get so much card advantage here. It's gonna be brutal. There's this Golden Lord. We're not quite as confident now as we were. I forgot the Wind Pegasus even did that. I'm gonna be real. He gets Skill Drain. I think he would have flipped a Skill Drain if he had it, to be honest. I think he does play it, but I don't think he has it. Otherwise, he would have just played it to get rid of Colossus. But maybe you're right, 100%. It may just be holding on to it. But with DPE, because his DPE is coming back, so Skill Drain doesn't really benefit him. If he draws it, yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, you're 100% right. Especially with how much he's milling out the deck just by getting rid of all of these freaking nonsense cards. See, I can't even use my DP until he uses his. Because I don't control any other cards. Because I can't summon this. You can only summon it once per turn. So, like, I literally cannot touch my DPE until he activates his. Otherwise, if I use mine, he just chains his, pops mine, and I have nothing left on my field to destroy. Therefore, the effect resolves without actually doing anything. Because I would love to pop the Fateful Adventure. I would love to. Just can't. And then the Griffin Raider's gonna stop us anyway, and it's like, well, what do you even do at that stage? God damn, man. Gonna activate this now. Oh, that was a mistake. Oh no. Oh, if we had left it until he used his, then I chained mine, then he would have negated it with Griffin Rider, then he would have had to destroy 2 of his own cards. Oh, I'm an idiot. We're gonna take out the adventure token purely because it takes out that guy's negate. I mean, it doesn't matter, he's got lethal on board. He would have had lethal either way. If I destroy any of these guys, it's still 2000, 2025. It's just one of those games. You know what I mean? Like, it's freaking Adventure Eldritch. You know what? It's just one of those decks. It's one of the best decks in the game at the minute, anyway. And that's pretty much all she wrote. Okay. You hate to see it. All right. What I'm gonna do here, I need to pop out for a quick 2-minute break here, and as soon as I come back, we're gonna change up. We'll have a look at the deck recipe. We'll try another couple of games with Thunder Dragons, and then we'll maybe change it up. But I will be 2v ticks. Hello, ladies and gents. Stream, is this just me or is the stream lagging a wee bit? Just gonna carry on. No, it seems to be fine now. Okay. Grand. So we'll be having a quick wee look over the deck list, just to make sure that everything is well balanced and in order. Cut matrix down by 1. There's not a lot of modifications you can make without affecting the core of the deck, to be honest. That's my only issue with Thunder Dragons. Like, the core of the deck is pretty bloody big. It's a very big deck, you know what I mean? I'm gonna run a second Thunder Dragon Fusion. Is that necessary? I don't even think that's right. I think we had it right. Discard changes in return. No, I think we have it right. I think we're just getting unlucky. You know, we're just gonna shake off a bit of a bad run. So we are. And, you know, we still need one more win to level up. You know, we'll be doing okay. Yeah, skill drain, yeah, probably, I would imagine so. Alright. Okay, good hand, and, decent hand, a fine hand, an acceptable hand. Okay. Literally, it's just a case of, if he sets up the barrier statue, then we top deck Imperm or lose. And it's as simple as that, ladies and gents. So we'll see. We'll see what it is that's going on. M-Pen... Hitfley. You and me both, Chief. Flounderies is a pain in my hand. Let me make sure our music's still playing. It is. Yeah, absolutely. Really not a fan of Flounderies. If they set up the barrier statue, it's literally GG. Because I don't play any breakers in this deck, because there's no room. It's a pretty girthy deck. You have room for like 6 hand traps, 9 if you squeeze out some of your core, but like I would really rather not. Although I may have to. Let's draw. Oh, we drawing into like 2 of our big like bricks that we don't want, 3 of our big bricks that we don't want to see. Man. All right, we're gonna do our best here. We're going to start with Gold Sark. There's no way you have hers. Oh, he has the trap card, the normal summon trap card. Yep. Alright, did he add the barrier statue last turn? No. But if he resummons Rabina, then that's going to be enough. Okay. We'll banish the Roar. We're just going to have to play as normal. Banish the Roar. Roar will summon a Dark. Dimension Shifter. Is that a problem for me? I don't know if that's a problem. It's gonna disrupt Chaos Space, but like, I mean, who even cares? Summon from deck. Dark, I guess. I don't think Dimension Shifter changes too much about the plan. I think the plan remains intact. It's just the execution that's going to be slightly different. So let's stay on top here. Just normal summon the Matrix. Yeah, I guess we just normal summon the Matrix. Again, I'm from here. Normally I would go into the Union carrier, but given that we're playing against Flora and the Rees, we're going to go into... I just realized my mistake. I just realized what I did wrong. Oh, lordy lord. Okay. That's fine. We're not going to worry about it. It is what it is. Alright. So we're going to use the Dark's effect Chainlink 1, Matrix Chainlink 2 to protect the Dark. We got Resolution. Matrix to hand, and Thunder Dragon Dark will grab Hawk to hand. So is it negated or can't be activated? Cannot activate the effects of special summon monsters. Okay. Grand. So we summon Dark here in defense. Please don't use your brain. Thank you. All right. Okay, we've got a chance. We legitimately have a chance. Because now his Rubina and Eaglin are shut down, unless he has a way to stop us. But like, what's he gonna do? He can only get his additional normal summons if he successfully searches for a card. Rubina can't search under Colossus, so it doesn't do anything. It just the M pen is a slight problem. We're just gonna have to take out the Rubina. That's fine. 2k to the face. Gonna set a card just for intimidation, and then we'll pass it back to our opponent. Do I even have any? Oh, I don't have any Thunders in my graveyard because of Dimension Shifter. Man, Dimension Shifter actually, like, in the long run screwed me. What's going on there? His Eaglin doesn't function. He doesn't understand that he can't use Eaglin. Oh, that's really nice of you. That's really nice to see the positivity. I do appreciate that. Again, yeah, most of the stuff we do typically is on YouTube, so Twitch is a bit of a change of pace for us. Getting in more sort of, well, live, as it were. But yeah, no, I really do appreciate that. I don't appreciate this, though. Can I activate this in damage calculation? No. Alright, whatever. That's fine. If we activated the Matrix, he was just going to banish a card from his hand to half our attack and defense. So it literally wouldn't have mattered. Okay. This is a tough one. We did stop his turns, basically. And, you know, we stopped his Eagle and we stopped his Rubina using our Colossus. So it's not as if we've done nothing. We still have generated a little bit of advantage. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start recycling, you know what I mean? We care about the planet here. We're going to use Thunder Dragon Roar's effect to add one of these guys back to our hand. Let's see. So we either have like Hawk or Colossus. Hawk isn't a lot of good without Colossus already in the deck. So I think we're going to add back Colossus. Right? Then we will normal summon the Matrix. Right? Now that the Dimension Shifter is gone, we're able to put a few Thunders into our graveyard. Now our Colossus becomes a lot scarier for our opponent. It was already scary, but now it's a lot worse for them. So we really need to sort of carry that momentum. We're going to use... Do we use Chaos Space? Yeah, we'll use Chaos Space. We'll send the White Dragon Wyver Burster to the graveyard. to grab the Black Dragon. We don't want to banish these guys from the graveyard, so we don't at all. We need to keep as many Thunders in the grave as possible to protect our Colossus. Our win condition is going to be grind game on Colossus, so it is. So we need to be very aware of that. Beating Flounderies in a grind game, though, is going to be very difficult. Very, very difficult. But we need to try our best, basically. We're going to use Chaos Space, banish it to draw an additional card after shuffling our Anaconda back into the deck. Oh, stop tempting me, foul temptress. I can't use attack position monsters effects. I'm not even tempted. Alright, take out the Eaglin. Get schmacked. 1800 points to the face. End turn. So our opponent can't use the likes of Eaglin and Rabina. His Eaglin and his Rabina, so long as Colossus is face up, are illegal. He can still use Toucan and he can still use Stree, but he cannot use the other two. He's gonna swing into Colossus here. He's gonna half our attack and defense here using his effect, banishing Rabina from the hand. We don't care. We'll take a little bit of damage to the face to prevent that effect. Now, do we... Oh, which do we banish? We banish the Roar, probably. Roar then will get summoning and will grab us a... Will it grab us a regular Thunder Dragon? I think so, yeah. We get as much materials as you possibly can. Grab us a regular Thunder Dragon, because at the end of the turn, anything you summon off of Roars return back to the hand. So we just grab the Thunder Dragon basically back to our hand. So that's pretty nice. If we manage to summon Titan off of this, then it's going to give us a few pops, which is going to be great. If we don't summon Titan, it at least gives us more materials in the graveyard. Effective Healer is a very, very solid card. Actually, a really solid card. It's not overly useful in these circumstances, but it's still something worth considering. Okay, so we're going to normal summon our Lupine. Lupine then will banish Roar from the hand and Dark from the deck. That will trigger the effect of Roar, and it will trigger the effect of Dark. So Dark's going to get Searching, Roar's going to get Summoning. Very, very straightforward. There is Dark. Dark's going to grab us Thunder Dragon Fusion. And Roar is going to grab us a Thunder Dragon Dark. Basically out to the field, which is excellent. Now, what we're going to do is Link Summon using Thunder Dragon Dark and our Aloof Lupine into our Predaplant Verte Anaconda. And yes, we can't use its effect, and we know that, but what we're doing is we're preemptively getting it on board so that we can use our Thunder Dragon Fusion. I'm going to activate the effect of the Thunder Dragon here. That's fine, because we want to shuffle it back into the deck. How many banished ones have we got? Yeah, we got a few. Alright, so we're going to use Thunder Dragon Fusion then. There's our Titan. We're going to bounce back a Roar. We're going to bounce back our Hawk. And we're going to bounce back a Thunder Dragon. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Probably could have just not done that with a Thunder Dragon and bounced a Matrix instead. But you know what? Such is life. What are you going to do about it? We've got our Titan now, which is great. We're going to play it in defense so that we can use its effect. Going to use Thunder Dragon here, discard to pop one basically. So that's going to trigger our Titan. Titan's going to destroy one of our opponent's cards without targeting, so he has no idea what we're choosing yet. And the card we're choosing is, of course, the M-Pen. So it is. So now our Predaplant Verte Anaconda is no longer being imprisoned. We're also going to be able to use our second Thunder Dragon to snipe one of the back row as well. So this is the comeback victory against Flounderies. This is gonna be it. This is what I was saying. I posted a video on Thunder Dragons earlier on today, and I was saying look out for that Flounderies matchup because this card will mess them up. And our opponent didn't respect it. He just didn't see it as a genuine threat, and he is now losing the game over it. And there you go. There's the scoop. He completely lost. He couldn't handle it. And that's just, it's as brutal as that, so it is. Like, the Colossus completely shuts down Flounderies. It's really satisfying. That is us up to D level 15. Excellent. That's what you'll love to see. Alright. We're having a good wee run there with the Thunder Dragons. I do want to mix it up. I don't want it to get boring. I do want people to see a few different types of decks here. But that was a great game, so it was. Actually, we're going to save that one, just because. You know what I mean? We won for the scrapbook, lads. Alright, so let's get in, but we'll choose a new deck here. We've got so many different options. I love that they're expanding the number of decks we can have, but like, why are you making me win games for it instead of just giving me more deck spaces? But whatever. That's not a discussion we need to have today. Alright, so what are we looking towards? We're probably going to be looking... let's do some Buster Blader. Maybe that's this version. We played this version at the very start of the stream. Maybe let's play the Tenyi version. Where are we? Buster Blader Tenyi. Yeah, let's play this version. Yeah. If this version doesn't work out, we'll play the Rose Synchro version. I think the Rose Synchro version is better. We were playing it like towards the start of the event, and we were completely shredding people so hard that we had to switch. A Thunderbuster hybrid. I'll be honest with you, Chief, probably not. The way to make it, so whenever you're looking at Buster Blader and you're thinking hybrid, your hybrid deck has to achieve one of a few set possibilities. It either A, has to enhance the consistency of the actual Buster Blader lock, or B, it has to add a secondary and independent layer to the deck above and beyond the extra deck lock. So what this deck does, for example, is using the Tenyi engine, you're able to very consistently put up on the board an additional monster or two so that you can conduct a Link Summon in the Predaplant Vertanaconda. So the whole point of this deck is using the Tenyis in addition to your regular Buster Bladers to not only set up your Buster Lock, but also set up a DPE. So that's the whole point behind this particular version. Have fun a wee look. We have a few possibilities here. I'm just going to keep it nice and simple. We're going to grab the Prologue. And with Thunderbuster, Thunder just doesn't do anything to enhance the consistency. And the core of Thunder is so big that it doesn't really allow room for the Buster Blader to breathe. It just wouldn't mesh together very well, in my opinion. But again, feel free to prove me wrong. By all means, go try it out. I'm not against experimentation of any sort. So absolutely go for it, because I love Thunder Dragons. I love Buster Blader. So there's no harm in whacking the two of them together and seeing what happens. So we've got our Vertanaconda, and yes, we're just going to use it to summon out DPE. There's our DPE. We will send our Dasher, send our Celestial. Good. Summon it in defense. And we set all of our trap cards and pass turn. Simple as that. Uno, dos, and tres. Excellent. So we have a pop one whenever we want, and we also have the Buster Blader combo that you're about to see. So we already have a dragon in the grave, so that's step number one. So we're going to use our Prologue. Prologue is then going to send... Oh, we have a few options. Oh, if I want to get really nasty... Do we want to get really nasty? We can sacrifice all of our follow-up to just have one nasty turn. For the culture. We'll do it for the culture. We'll see. We're gonna bin the... Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna bin this. We're gonna use Trap Trick. Trap Trick's going to banish one copy of memories from the deck to set the other copy of memories, which we can then activate. So we're limiting ourselves to one fusion in this duel, and we're also effectively removing all of our Buster Bladers from the game. So no more prologues, no more memories. This is literally it. So the Buster Dragon's on the board. Then we're going to use memories. Memories is going to discard a Buster Blader to summon a Buster Blader. Summon it in defense. Then we're going to activate this. And we're also going to activate... So I would typically, when it comes to the Buster Blader equipping the Buster Lock, I would usually equip it onto the smaller Buster Blader if possible. Purely because it changes their focus on what they're prioritizing getting rid of. If you put it onto your big Buster Blader, all your opponent has to do is get rid of one monster and their board is completely freed back up. Whereas in this case, if they take care of one, like for example, if they take care of the big Buster Blader, well, they still have the extra deck lock. If they take care of the little Buster Blader, well, they're still getting the skill drain. So it basically forces your opponent to deal with 2 cards instead of just dealing with 1. Which I think is just more valuable, in my opinion. But yeah, so we've got an Imperm. We've got, well, we can't use Imperm this turn because of Trap Trick. But we have our skill drain on board. We can pop a card. We have the extra deck lock, and there you go. That's why you do it. Insult to injury, rubbing dirt in this guy's wounds. So we are absolutely filthy. And yeah, 100%. That's pretty much how it goes. That's Buster Blader in a nutshell for you. Let's get on to the next game. Wasting no time on these plebeians. Man, Buster Blader is the way. Like, it's, if you're talking about Rogue and you're talking about like winning games, I think Buster Blader is the way to go. Oh, I forgot to select. Please tell me that works. I don't know why we have to select the freaking first or second 3.5 business days in advance of it actually registering what you've clicked. But you know what? I'm not a game developer. That's none of my business. Is our music still on? It is. Good stuff. Let me know if the music's like too loud or anything like that. Because I don't know. I can't hear it. It's all. This is all silent to me, so it is. But you guys can hear it all. Let's get to the chat up. Good stuff. Okay. So this hand is, so in the biz, this is what we like to call a terrible hand. So what we're going to do is make life straightforward and activate Vishuda. So Vishuda is effectively then going to, basically what we're doing is we're going to summon Vishuda and we're going to summon Ash Blossom. As stupid as that sounds, I get it, you know what I mean. But we're going to use these two. We're going to synchro summon into Baron de Fleur. And we'll summon you in defense just in case we get a lightning stormed. Set to pass. Not a super exciting turn. I get it. Sometimes this happens. Like, that's the thing whenever you're dealing with rogue decks. The biggest separation between a rogue deck and a meta deck is not its ceiling, it's its consistency. So you are on occasion going to have these times and these turns where it's like, well, nothing fancy happens. You know, we still got a few interruptions and negates and stuff. We got some follow-up, so it's not as if it's completely like lost, but it is something that needs to be remembered. So I'm not allowing that to happen. So he's going to negate our fix. So we're going to negate and pop the gate here. It's important to make sure you're popping these gates too, because if you don't, it'll give them an additional target for their virtual worlds in their hand. So do bear that in mind. Imperm is unfortunately not the most effective of trap cards in this particular matchup. Virtual worlds mostly activate in the hand. Why not go Hulk, bring the Dragon Tuner, and go Verte? You see, because I'm not smart. See, that combo you just described, that's the entire premise of my original video. But it's been so long since I played the 10E version of it, I'm glued to the Rose Dragon. You guys weren't here at the start of the stream, sure you weren't? No, your guy was 100% right. That is the combo that I should have gone into. He's 1,000,000% right. Because that's what the original idea of even including Hulk was. He's only here for that purpose. This is before like the whole Aurora Dawn nonsense. you're 100% right. It's just been that long since I played the Tinny version, because I've been playing the Rose Synchro version non-stop. Because it's just more fun in my opinion. I just like it better. If you guys weren't here at the start of the stream, so what I'll do is I'll jump on and I'll compare the two of them for you, so that you know what I'm talking about. But it's still Buster Blader. It's still like neither one of them is more Buster Blader than the other, but it's the supporting engines around it that are different. The Tinny one that I'm playing is still good. I still think this is one of the best ways of playing Buster Blader. I think if you're playing Buster Blader, you're either playing it if you want to win games. I'm looking down there. The camera's up here. If you're playing Buster Blader and you want to win games, you're either going to be playing the Rose Dragon engine, like the Synchro Rose engine of the one that I put up, or the Tinny version for the DPE and such. I've just been corrected there by a member of chat in a combo that I should have done. A combo that, if you go back to my first video on this deck, it's a combo that I specifically list. But here, you know, tomatoes, sometimes you forget. Just for like context, I never claimed to be a world-class player, okay? I know I seem like it. Tis all good, ladies and gents. Maybe I was just giving our opponent a chance, who knows? Can I like lie down for a nap while he's taking his turn? I feel like I'll be able to wake up in time. You know what I mean? I feel like he's gonna be here for a while. Like, he's gonna go through all of this nonsense just to end up with like a freaking VFD on his board. I'm like, well, great. Well, no, that was a very good pickup there, so it was. That was a very, very good. You picked up on that as well, because not a lot of people have in the deck profiles. That is literally the idea. I'm glad you reminded me of it, because I had completely forgotten. Yeah, I'm glad at least one of us on the ball. Okay, this guy's doing something a little bit different. Not like super original, but like, I mean, I see a card like this and I automatically think to myself, that's a Duel Links card. Like, that's not a real card. You're not allowed to play that. That's a Duel Links card. No, it most certainly is not. Man. Let's get this done. Alright, so he shuffles back Baron. Got a buddy of mine who's going to, a friend of mine in work who's going to France. So he is in next week basically. And I've just been taking the piss the entire freaking like last 2 weeks. Everything he says, I say back to him in like a French accent. It's great. Which is even funnier considering Irish people can't do accents, like, at all. Like, we just can't. We have very distinct voices, so it doesn't really work. My voice is nearly gone, so it is, to be perfectly honest, from all the talking I've been doing. So yeah, no, we've just been on the topic of Baron de Fleur. Finally, my lord. This man took his time. So we have to compete with an Omni Negate and a Field Wipe on command. Alright. Gonna activate Athara. Should probably have activated Vishuda, so I can normal summon Athara if needed. Yeah, definitely should have done that. Man, well, I mean, functionally speaking, there's no difference. It's fine. It's whatever. So the thing is, right, if we can get him to use the Zeus to clear his board, then our opponent completely lacks follow-up as well. So it's not just us who'll be struggling. Like, his Fateful Adventure will be gone, his Dragoback will be gone, his token will be gone. So that's completely fine and rational as far as I can see, as long as he doesn't use it right now. Right that second was the worst possible time for him to use it. At best, from his perspective, that's game. There's nothing I can do about that. Yeah. You probably would have been right with the changes you would have suggested to the play there. So no, you're 100%. That might have got us the win. It might not have. By that same token, might have just been destined to failure. But I don't like to believe in all of that. So this is the actual deck list. For anyone who didn't see my last video on it, it's pretty straightforward. It's just your standard Buster Blader stuff, some 10U cards, and you're just looking to spam your board a little bit more than your regular Buster Blader deck. Not quite as much as the Rose Synchro version, but you know, you're also playing DP, which does innately add a couple of bricks to the deck. That's why I tend to prefer the Rose Synchro version, because there's like 0 bricks in the entire deck. Well, I mean, apart from Buster Blader himself, but there's less bricks, basically. Whereas over here, we're building a BAM house. Let's see here, 300 seconds. Alright, so we've got 2 copies of Trap Trick, which is an interesting one. You only really want to be using, yeah. Sorry, you can only use one of them per turn, so having 2 in hand isn't great. Our opponent just T-sets and passes. Our opponent has got nothing. So we are going to Pot of Prosperity. We're going to banish 3 cards. I'm sure we can find 3 spare cards to banish. You know. Freaking Dose, Trace. There you go. Get rid of them 3. Let's check the top 3 off the deck. And, oh, we got that Whelp. Man, we are sitting pretty here tonight. Let's do this. Oh, let's cancel that, right? And then we'll get Vishuda on the field first. So that way we can get DPE as well. Grand. Our Buster Whelp then will get searching for Prologue. Because we have memories in hand, again, we're just going to go balls deep like we did last time. We're going to activate the memories from hand, and basically it is going to make all of our follow-up dead, which is the risk. You know what I mean? There's always a risk associated with it. It does make all of our follow-up dead. But, I mean, what are you going to do? You have to take the dive eventually. There is the Aurora Dawn. So that's the thing. I could also go into Hulk right now, get the extra deck lock. Yeah, I'll do that because that's significantly safer. Is it? Yeah, DDD is for sure next on my list. I love DDD. I haven't gotten the chance to build it in Master Duel because I've been doing so many other decks. But no, DDD is so cool, and that new support they got seems pretty freaking nuts. I am so excited to try that deck. I just need to actually get in and build it, do a bit of research. But I mean, that's all deck building is. It's just research. Look around, see what other people are doing, test it out. What do you like? What don't you like? Well, okay, take that stuff out. All right, what's this next person doing? So on and so forth. That's how you actually build a good deck. It's not all just like sitting and looking at a screen. It's research. So do bear that in mind. We could have gone into Hulk, and Hulk would have summoned the Buster, the extra deck lock, and then they could have gone into the Predator Plant that way to put the Buster lock into the graveyard. I just didn't think it was worth sacrificing the potential follow-up with the Crystron, Hulk, and Rhododon if it was needed. Because we may still need that follow-up later on. We're not entirely sure what's happening just yet. We don't know what deck he's playing. We don't know anything about this. Really? That's the first Super Poly I've seen. He discarded the Polymerization. That tells me he's either playing Heroes or he's playing Despia. I would imagine. It's going to be one of the two. He's gonna go into freaking, oh, I thought he was gonna go into Dragostapelia. Yes, it is 100% Despia. I knew it. Wheel. I mean, we're not like out or anything like that. We're still in a really solid position. So, you know, you can still win this. So we have a dragon in the graveyard. If I activate this, yeah, we're just going balls deep, so we are. Yeah, it's 100% Despia. They're the only deck that I know in the metagame that play the Edge Imp. Unless he's like playing freaking Super Poly Frightfurs, but I doubt it. Destruction Sword Memories. Then we're gonna chain Prologue. Right. Prologue will send this guy to the graveyard, as well as this guy. So we summon the Buster Dragon. That changes all of his monsters to dragons. Summon the Buster Blader, who sits around and looks pretty. This Frightfur Patchwork will add a whole bunch of cards from his deck to his hand, which is unfortunate. Gets a Poly and an Edge Imp, which is pretty crazy for Despia, considering all their fusions are like, will fuse 2 dark or light monsters together. Like, well, if you insist. We've got the Buster Dragon here who can activate. They're going to lock our opponent out of their extra deck. And then we have the fusion spell in the graveyard. So that's going to lock them out of using their monster effects. So yeah, I mean, ultimately, we're still sitting pretty well. This is all just pure Buster Blader now at this point. Banish 2 for fusion material. Summon him in defense just in case there's Lightning Storm. Then we will equip on the Buster Whelp for the extra deck lock. Now, last wee thing I'm activating is Trap Trick. Trap Trick is going to grab a Imperm in our deck and set another copy of it basically here to the field, and it can be used this turn if needed. Okay. Alright, we're looking good. We're looking good. So it's our opponent's, and that's it. Our opponent just scoops it up. He just cannot handle the Buster of Blades. That's it. The Slayer of Dragons. Simply too much for him. And I don't blame him. It's a lot to handle. Alrighty. We're fairly getting through this now. Let's get this sorted. So we're going to use this one, I would say, probably until around D level 17-ish, depending on how long it takes us to get there. And then we may use the Rose Dragon version to get up to 20. But this is taking longer than I thought it would. Like, the competition at the further you go up is getting a little bit stiff, I'll be real, to be using like these gimmicky decks. Like, you know, worst case scenario, you just pick up Flu and you get through no problems, but like, no one wants to do that. I mean, come on. Pod of Prosperity. Hopefully digging out a Whelp. If we can get a Whelp, that would be great. Let's banish one of you. No, let's not, actually. Let's get rid of Uno, Dos, and Trace. Good stuff. Now, we do have Ash and Infinite Impermanence in hand. Oh, what a selection! It spoils for choice. We're definitely gonna go for the Whelp, though. For sure. Right. So, we have Prologue, so we can use Prologue to send memories to the grave. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the slightly more complicated play. No, we don't need Fusion Destiny. We're going to use Vertanaconda for it. So we're going to do this. Adding this guy to hand, right? Actually, no, we're not doing Vertanaconda. I've got a better idea. Gonna use these two to go into... Oh, am I playing Jet Synchron? Please tell me I'm playing Jet Synchron. Please? Can someone please confirm if I'm playing Jet Synchron? I completely forget. I'm pretty sure. I mean, come on, John. You have to know your own decks here. Come on, you're playing... There's no way you're not playing Jet Synchron. There you are. Of course you are. Keen to see it take... 100%. I think I would take it at 20, no problem. Yeah, I was like near certain that I played it, but like that's near certain. Like, whoa. It's closer to uncertain than I wanted. Alright, so we've got the Aurora Dawn now. I don't believe we play the Mecha Fan the Beast O-Line in this version. I think it's literally just the Jet Synchron. So that's fine. So we summon our 3 tokens, then we use Jet Synchron, discard this guy to summon it out to the field. Now the reason we're doing it this way, like a whole roundabout thing, and we're not like doing DP and stuff, purely because this way we can easily and affordably get the extra deck lock into the graveyard alongside everything else. Whereas if we were to do it the other way, we would be basically making the Mecha Phantom Beast Aurora Dawn and Baron de Fleur like inaccessible almost throughout the rest of the game. Not completely, but very, very difficult to access throughout the rest of the game. If the game extends past a couple of turns, that is, of course. So we've got 2 big plays there. So we've got like what, 1, 2, 3 actual direct negates. Then we have the, of course, locking them out of any monster effects on the field and locking them out of their extra deck. Like, that's pretty significant. That's pretty nuts. So I wouldn't undersell that. I would be very surprised if our opponent managed to break this board. I say right as they go to break this board. Now that I've said it, they will have like the perfect hand. So we're gonna send Memories and a Buster Blader. Then we'll use Memories in the Graveyard to banish. You're gonna make your man? Are you gonna play something? Oh no! Oh, that's bad. We have to use Baron de Fleur's negate. But here, there you go. It worked out. If we had gone into the DPE route, that would have gone through and we wouldn't have been able to play the game. So Baron de Fleur was in fact the correct play. It's almost as if I can see the future. And it was telling me that that was the correct play. Let's smack all our monsters down on the board. Let's get the last stage of the process, equipping on Z-Buster Lock. Yeah, we didn't have anything to resummon. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. The 5 cards in hand. They're trying to get past. Oh, did they? That's a wee problem. If they manage to get the Draco back onto an adventure token, we're in serious trouble. So hopefully that stops the adventure engine. They have 4 main start. There you go. Yes. We're doing it. Easy. Opponent could not play through that. You love to see it. All right. All right. So one more win to level up. Is that us going up to 16 or up to 17? One or the other. We're just winning so much that I've lost count. You know what I mean? Like, it just happens to the best of us, you know? Again, I'm looking down there because, like, the chat is down there, but, like, you guys are up here. I'm like, that's disorienting. I need to fix that. Alright, so we're gonna use Adhara. Special summon Adhara. Normal summon the Whelp. I'm gonna grab a Prologue. This is a fairly bread and butter turn, to be honest. Nothing really fancy going on here. Could there be something fancy going on here though? Let's have a wee gander, a little thinking about it. So if we go into, in fact, it may be even better to go into the Protector Whelp. Protector Whelp on summon will send the extra deck lock, and then using those two, I can go into the Predaplant Vertanaconda. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the play, so it is. So we've got Prologue. We could do Helk, but this, the Protector accomplishes the same goal. So it depends on whether or not you want Baron de Fleur, or if you want... Yeah, so does the Protector Whelp. That's what I'm saying. The Protector Whelp will send the extra deck lock to the graveyard, and it will summon a Buster Blader to the field. Then Buster Blader and the Protector Whelp goes into Predaplant. So what you're trying to decide is, do you want Baron de Fleur, or do you want DPE? That's the question. To be honest, I'm on board with you. I think Baron de Fleur is better than DPU. So I think Hulk. I think you're 100% right. It's just sort of deciding between DP or Baron de Fleur, and I think for sure Baron de Fleur is going to be more impactful. We just need it, you know, to protect like the back row and everything, and to stop like Rite of Aramasir and such. So summon. Do we just do the? Yeah, we just do the full extra deck lock. Yeah, we just keep it simple. We keep it simple. So we will. Should have went into the Protector Whelp for that. I'm convinced. Because now the Aurora Dawn's locked out. I don't think it's gonna matter. I think we're just gonna crush this guy. I think we're really over worried about this. This guy doesn't stand a damn chance. He's about to get cooked. Gonna send all of our Destiny Hero junk to the graveyard. Get rid of all of that nonsense. Set up a couple of solid out back row cards. Pass turn. Gonna enter into our next draw phase. Let's go. You get to draw a card and then I get to summon like 5. Like, I think that's a fair trade. Go ahead, take your card. Draw your card. Draw your last pathetic card. Just popo. Not. Yeah. Well, no. So to be fair, we're not. You may be right. You may be right. Can they not chain to? Oh yeah, I should have done it on my turn, but it's too late now. They can just chain. Fuck it. What are you gonna do? It's too late now. Listen, I'm tired, alright? I'm not pissed, of course. Excuses. If I do it now, he's just gonna... If he had super... He doesn't have super poly. Otherwise, it would have been chainable. He doesn't have it. But... yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I should have. I know what you mean. I should have popped up in my turn. But as soon as it hits his turn, like, that stops becoming relevant, to be honest. And even then, it doesn't fully like stop you from getting super poly because of the nature of the actual Buster Blader combo. Because you'll be summoning out the Buster Dragon alongside your DPE anyway. You're still gonna get super polyed if they have it. you're just not going to get super polyed with the Anaconda. And now we can't get super polyed at all because they can't use their extra deck. So what are you gonna do? Beat me. Tommy 18. Engage me in a matchup. He's kicking his router. His connection's dropping. Oh, extravagance. I would imagine we're playing against Elblitz then. Or potentially a Floanderies player. Let's see. Show me the money. That doesn't show me the money yet. I need you to show me the money. Put the money in the back. Cubics. Okay. What is this garbage? There's no way you don't. How is he this high using cubics? I would like to think he got this high using cubics and he just didn't just like get here and then started using cubics. That'd be pretty stupid. But like, cubics, that's kind of cool. I know that they're a big boss monster. I don't know if it's him or not. I think it is him. He does like a whole bunch of effect damage and stuff at like the end of the turn. But it's not ultimately something I'm worried about because he can't declare an attack. So yep, so he reveals 3, summons his Nova. His Nova will just get switched to defense. I believe it's unaffected by card effects of those whose original attack activated effects. Yeah, so he's still affected by the Buster Blader. I don't know what this person thought he was going to be doing. Cubic Dharma. What's this gonna be doing? You can send 1 cubic card from your hand to the graveyard if you do draw 1 card. Okay, so we can... So it's basically like a discard 1, draw 1, which is kind of nice. And then you go banish it from your graveyard to return a cubic in your graveyard back to your hand. Okay. There is the end phase. We're going to DPE pop itself and that face down. Cubic Ascension. Oh, Cubic Ascension is bad. Although I think we have avoided the least of it. Banish this card from your graveyard. Oh, yeah, 100%. Dodge the Ascension, and that is game. Cubics, though, that's neat. That's really cool. I like seeing cubics up this high. That's us up to 16. So we're getting close. We're getting there. Last final stretch here. We've got an hour and 20 minutes left of the stream. I'm sure we can get it done in that time. We're getting really, really close. I wish I could look at deck lists. So obviously you can't look at your opponent's deck list in this mode, which I understand. You know, you don't want people to know your decks going in the round 2 and stuff. But like, I really want to see his deck list. I don't think I would have the patience for cubics, but like, I would still be curious. I still want to know. Is that a good hand? Yeah, it is. Is 1 for 1 a good card? Yeah, I guess so. How often do I stream? I try to do it once a week at least. The majority of the stuff I do is YouTube based, so I would try to get a YouTube video up once a day or once every 2 days, whichever is more accessible. So most of my stuff is done on YouTube, but on occasion we do like to stream, basically. Sometimes like when there's a big events or things like that. So it's not all the time, but we try to do it at least sort of like once a week-ish. Depends when I can get a day off work, but to be honest. Getting ashed there has literally no impact on anything. I'm actually really glad he ashed me. I wish I had a way to discard this though. Having this in my hand is annoying, I'll be real. It's all good though. All we need to do is put this into the graveyard. And pretty much just a win from there. Because now in the draw phase, it doesn't have Ash. Well, I mean, he's one less potential Ash Blossom. Viewer games, yeah, viewer game. That was a lot of fun, so it was 100%. I had planned that if I were to get through this one quick enough, if I were to get through the D levels quick enough, I would have viewer game something at the end. So I mean, if we can blitz through these last few levels, then that's a possibility. I do remember the name. I do remember you from the first stream. No, that was a whole lot of fun. So it was. We did have some issues last week where we went to stream and it didn't work. I put like notifications in Discord and everything. But we've got it all back up and running then. So this is my first stream back in I think like a week or two. Set a spell or trap card. Activate the effect of a spell or trap. Yes, absolutely. Give me the good stuff. We need to send you to the grave and you to the grave. You got no. There's no way you've got a card. You don't have Ghost Spell, do you? Did I just speak that into existence? You don't have Ghost Spell. That's not an option. That's not a real card. You made that up. No, you definitely didn't miss much. Again, still plenty of stuff going up on YouTube. Again, every day or every other day, as much as I can possibly do, depending on, you know, like work schedules and stuff. But in terms of streaming, you haven't missed very much at all, basically. Oh my god, we just can't catch a break with this guy. He's just ready for everything. We do get the Buster Dragon, but like unless he's playing a type-centric deck, it's not gonna make much of a difference. I don't know. I don't think this is gonna be enough. Battle be evenly matched. You what, mate? Bang. Get rid of the Buster Dragon. I didn't know which of the two I wanted to keep. He's getting destroyed at the end of the next turn. I don't think there's a way for us to win this. I'm gonna be real. I really don't think there's a way for us to win this. Oh, against Flounderies. Man. I'm sorry, I've got better things to do with my life. I'll fight if I think there's a chance of beating them, 100%, but like if it's just gonna be like 10 minutes of sitting around getting pushed around by them, unable to play the game, then I'm not gonna waste my time. We need to get through here and get winning, so we do. We get 200 gems for the next milestone, so that's pretty sick. I'm gonna need to try and work in an actual schedule for streaming, so I am. I think I'm a day... Whenever I do stream, I think I'm always a day early. I think if I push it back a day every single time, compared to where I normally would have it, I think I would have a lot more energy for the streams. But right now, it's difficult. Perry Reese map, what are you playing? There's no way you're playing like Sacred Beast or something, is there? Ooh, Triple D. Alright, now I'm curious. Let's see what you're all about. Okay. So contract is gonna get searching for what? Okay, so Swirl Slime then, I guess. Copernicus, man, DDD plays are complicated. There was someone in there saying you wanted to build DDD in the comments. Just try and pay attention into this, and hopefully this guy doesn't make any mistakes. So we go into Gingos. Swirl Slime banishes itself, I believe, to summon a triple D monster from the hand, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's what, or a double D monster, yeah. So Copernicus comes out. Copernicus's effect. Okay, so it's like a Foolish Burial for triple Ds, or Dark Contracts as well, and then this guy will special summon from the graveyard. We have the Griffin, which is the brand new card. If you control a DD monster, you get special summon from your hand and defense. That's pretty sick. It's Pendulum Summon, discard DD or Dark Contract to draw a card. If it's special summon from the graveyard, you can add a DD card from your deck to your hand, except itself. What is this guy with on? Personal invitation? Okay, Gilgamesh. This guy may potentially be new to the Triple D as well. We may be here for a little while, trying to get through this guy's turn. Man, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what most of these cards do. Otherwise, I would be commentating on it. But like, I really don't. During the end phase, it doesn't even do anything. It's just a pendulum scale. To summon back Copernicus yet again, as well as the Griffin yet again. They're both, are they hard ones per turns? Yes, and yeah, no, yeah, yes. They are. Oh, but they go into Caesar. Okay. I'm so tempted to just escape. The music stopped. Oh, did it. You're right, it 100% did. So on occasion it will just sort of like come back and say like, "Oh, are you still watching?" Because again, I don't know if you have noticed, but my channel isn't exactly huge, so I'm not getting paid yet. So I try to keep expenses as low as possible. So this is free music. So on occasion it comes up and says like, "Are you definitely still listening?" So yeah, it's fine. That's it back on though, yeah. Seems that yeah. Okay. This guy sure is going. I don't even fully know what the end board of Triple D is, to be honest. Spell or trap or monster effects negate that special summons a monster, detach material, negate the effect. Again, you make another DD monster you control, gain a timber attack. Okay, so he's kind of cool. So he sort of like negates the summon, I guess. There's the Orphos again. Just lost to the Duel Logs. I've seen his channel, yeah, on YouTube. I haven't seen him on Twitch. But I have seen him on YouTube, so I have. And how did that duel go for you? Oh, so you lost, but was it like a good match? We're just sitting here patiently observing this DDD player. So we are. So like, I mean, take your time, bud. But look, so what were the two yous playing deck wise? I don't even know how to begin dissecting this. I'm gonna be real. Awkwardly watching playing. Yeah, it's like, well, what do you even do? Like, it's a case of like, he's just out there playing solitaire. Like, what do you do? Using spell, trying to get him to. Oh, freaking Inferno Tempest, man, that is like the gimmick of gimmicks. I mean, come on, Chief. It's pretty funny though. I haven't seen an Inferno Tempest strat in like freaking, must be weeks now at this point. Probably longer than that potentially, but I mean, I did see a wee resurgence of it recently. But Inferno Tempest is like, that's a gimmick that's been around since Master Duel started. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And I mean, I can see why you've probably lost. Oh, looky here, we actually get a turn. I forgot Yu-Gi-Oh was a two-player game. What now? What does he actually do? Okay, so Siegfried negates Spiller Trap. All right, so we know that much. Okay. Divisor. What does this guy do? Once per chain, when a monster card your opponent activates its effect, you can either detach 2 materials from it or destroy a dark contract. And if you do, attach that bonus monster's material. Jesus. That's once per chain? What do you mean? That's nuts. This card is nuts. Who thought that was who thought this was a good idea? I mean, who thought that was a good idea? He gets to steal 2 of our monsters, so he does. He gets to steal the first one by blowing up his Dark Contract, and the second one by using the 2 material he'll have at the time. Alright, this guy negates a summon. I think you negate a spell or trap, but only on the owner's turn? Once per your turn when a spell or trap is activated. Yeah. I think Gilgamesh does nothing. Okay, so we got summon negate, a freaking infinite monster steal, and then Siegfried. Alright, well, this is totally fair. Let's get some Pot of Prosperity up in here. So realistically, we're gonna have to activate like 3 monster effects in order to fully bait this guy out. That's gonna be fun. Right. So we're gonna go you, and you as unnecessary. Maybe the Protector Whip would have been handy, but we'll just have to. Ooh. I don't think that's even close. I have to grab the Fusion Destiny. I really wish I had Vishuda. I mean, it doesn't matter what I do. He's going to negate it with Siegfried because he can only negate spells and traps. So, it's fine. We don't even need that much damage. We need 2,000 damage, right? And we can get it over an 1800 monster. Surely we can get it over that. So he's going to use Siegfried now to negate this. Or the Wave King. I actually prefer that. That's fine, actually. That means he has to respond appropriately to my summons. Okay. We're gonna activate this, right? Oh, what? Why did you boost? Where did you get the boost from? 1800 attack. Oh, okay. See? Guys, what happened? We were on top of the world like 5 minutes ago. What went wrong? Oh dear. If I get this right, we're gonna be wrapping up the stream at around 8:30, so we are. I don't think I'm gonna be able to carry it on until 9. When it's dark contact with... What do you mean? Right, so I just sort of take damage every time I summon something? That's a bit silly. Okay. He's yet to use his divisor. I don't know what, like, how that guy works, really. Monster card your opponent controls, right? So if I activate this guy, then I get cooked because he just does that. Right. Whereas if I don't activate your effect, well, then I have to activate someone's effect eventually. How do I get around that? For a little restriction. Even really afford to freaking activate anything? My god, I can't do anything. God damn it. What a complete waste of time. There you go. There's DDD for anyone who was wondering. Oh, well done, bud. Car's extended warranty. You know what? I might take you up on that after that game. Jesus. So if anyone was, I know because a few people were curious, I'm curious about DDD myself. I don't know if I want to build it like that because I do intend on having a life outside of like 3 games per day. So maybe not that version of DDD, but for sure some inspiration to be taken. That was yeah, like what do you even... I realized too late that it was... I realized too late that he couldn't respond to my Tinnies in the hand. But even if I had a Link summoned into anything, literally anything, he would have been able to respond to it twice without me being able to do anything about it because he steals them. So I was like, well, like, what do? And we're doing fine. We're a bit tired here because we're coming towards the end of the stream. There's about half an hour left. We're doing 5 till about 8:30. So what we're doing for the last bit here, because I don't think we'll be making it all the way to level 20 here all in one go. A little bit, just a few hours. But it's all good. But let's what we're gonna do for this last stretch then is we're gonna ditch the Tinny version of the Buster Blader deck and we're gonna go to the Rose version because it's more fun. In my opinion, it's more fun. It's more powerful as well. You're not playing as many bricks. So we'll see if it works out. If it works out, great. If it doesn't... Oh, losing level down? How dare you? I guess we're just gonna have to win. Alright. Oh, they let me go first. Oh, they let me go first. What do you mean? Right, so he let me go first. So he's playing... He has to be playing like a Numerons or Blind Second or something ridiculous like that. I have seen frogs being played. I know sort of roughly how they play. I just don't have the cards myself. Yeah, no frogs. It was actually a freaking recently in the OCG. Totally Awesome got banned, didn't it? I'm pretty sure. The frogs abused the ever-living Christ out of Totally Awesome for forever. To the point where like any water deck. Oh, you mean that? I thought you were talking about frogs. God damn it. Alright, well don't show off. No, you only get it'll only ever pop up if you suck like me. I jest. Let's just get this win. So this guy's obviously up to something. So he is. So he let us go first. So something is askew. Something is not quite as it seems. So what we're gonna do is grab this. If he's playing Numerons, we're gonna cook him because we have got this. We're gonna go into Crystron Hulk. Yeah, your boy got banned in the OCG because of sprites. Splight's simply too powerful. And instead of banning the actual Splite cards, they banned Totally Awesome. So there you go, bud. I'm sorry that's how you had to find out. But that's just life, unfortunately. I think he's still legal in Master Duel, so you can still play him here. It's just in the OCG's banned. So you don't need to worry about that just yet. That's a few months down the line. So we're gonna get all of our wee tokens out here. We're gonna tribute to Uno Dos for the Mecha Phantom Beast token. What have we got in the graveyard? We've got our Jet Synchron, which is perfect because we're going to use Jet Synchron to discard this guy. Then Uno, Dos, and Trace. That is our Borreload Savage Dragon. Probably should have played him in defense, but we'll not talk about it. We get a token from the O-Lion. We get a Auroradon from the Borreload Savage Dragon. And then we get to discard our Dragon Buster for our Jet Synchron, which is a key integral part of the combo. Being able to discard a card off of Jet Synchron is so useful, which is a strange thing. Like that by itself, because so many of your cards that you might draw want to be in the graveyard, like Memories, like that Whelp, for example. If you need to put a dragon in the graveyard, being able to just discard a card as part of your key combo is like so handy. So handy. Now, like before with this combo, we cannot use Prologue until Herald's Negate has been used. So basically the first thing our opponent activates, we're gonna hit with the Herald. Oh, Despia. Okay. Well, maybe we can hold off a little bit. We're not in any urgent rush to shut down Despia. Okay. Well, okay. All right. Well, that's just rude. That's just very rude. Okay. Christ. Alright, so we need to send one of you. We need to send one of you. Frogs, BRSN, Phantom, Desperate, get shit. Absolutely. Why not? Go for it. So this guy's gonna get to steal our Herald of the Arclight. Which is fine. I don't mind that. And last chain link is going to be Trap Trick. Trap Trick will grab us Infinite Impermanence. Memories will Fusion Summon. He's grabbing Herald, isn't he? Yes. Yes, quite. We fuse these two little dorks together to get our Buster Blader. Persekion will grab him our Herald, unfortunately. It is what it is. But the Herald won't be able to do anything because the Buster Dragon will be changing it to a Dragon, meaning it is now negated. And his Tragedy does get the search, but what we're going to be able to do is equip onto our Buster Blader the Dragon Buster Destruction Sword from the graveyard, meaning our opponent's now locked out of their extra deck. So, as good an attempt as that may have been to shut us down. So, I mean, like, this is playing through a Super Poly and everything, and we still have, like, a freaking really strong board. You know what I mean? Like, after a Super Poly, after they yoink one of our cards from the graveyard, we're still going on this strong. If he hits us with Super Poly again, I'm actually uninstalling the game. That is a 1 per game thing, so there is the end phase. You'll love to see it. We really sort of need to do something. Okay, so we're gonna special summon out our Dragon Buster Destruction Sword, right? Then, oh, if we do that, then we're not big enough to take out Persekion. Okay, we need to take out Persekion first. Alright. Right, okay. We take out Persekion. I really should have switched this to attack mode and took out the... What is the Buster Blader? What it is? Buster Blader against Buster Blader. No, it's Despia against Buster Blader. So he's playing Despia. That's fine. Take out the Persekion. Right, then using these two, we go into Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. But what if he was Buster Blader? If he was Buster Blader, then everyone on the field would be getting negated. So an important distinction to make here with the Fusion Monster is that he doesn't negate their effects. They simply cannot activate their effects. So the Fusion Monster himself, his effect to negate and switch to defense is a passive effect. So he wouldn't negate another copy of himself. They would just both be forced into defense. So if it were a mirror match, it's not going to go any differently than anything else. It's just going to be the mirror match. It'll just be as if you're playing any other opponent, except they're also swapping you to defense. Gonna set this. Yeah, we're just gonna have to leave it there. Beginning of the new turn, what we're gonna do first thing is infinite impermanence. We're gonna negate this Herald of the Arclight. We need this thing gone. We need it to be useless. That's great, so now it's useless. This column is negated. Now we're going to use the prologue that's on the field. We're going to send... Yeah, we're going to send another copy of Memories to the Grave. We're going to send another Buster Blader. Yeah, of course, see you later. And then we get the Buster Dragon. Let's see. We can also lock our opponent out of the extra deck again. By doing this. I really should have had my toggle on to get this done on the last turn, but, you know, such is life. We're looking well. We do sort of, we're about to run out of gas, I'll be perfectly honest. But we're going to try our best. Honestly, yeah, with this, we should be able to get lethal damage, I would say. We should be able to get lethal damage with this. Because we're going to banish you and you. Get Buster Blader into attack mode. Make sure our music's still playing. Actually, it just swapped songs, so that's a good indication. Good stuff, good stuff. Vishuda, you're useless. Nice. Okay. We're just going, as far as I can see here, we should have lethal. Yeah, there's no, 100%. Come on, we have lethal. Take this little clown out. He's gonna have like 0 defense. Let's go. 1800. That's not that much. That's fine. Big piercing ass booty. Let's get through that. Our opponent's only got 3400 life. We got this in the bag. Take him out. This little dork. Get out of here. And lastly, the hot red dragon archfiend Abyss. Finishing the game. Nice. I'll be 2 ticks, guys. Quick bathroom break. Bear with me. And we're back. Maybe a bit leggy getting back in, but that's grand. Alright, so on to the next. We have to at least hit 17 here before we finish. Yeah, I mean, Super Poly is like, it's good. I mean, it's good, but because... How do I explain this? So this deck works in like layers. So the Rose Dragon version works in like, okay, you've got to get through layer level 1, which is going to be like 2 or 3 negates. There's going to be a Herald in there, a Borreload Savage Dragon, and sometimes a Baron de Fleur. You have to get through that layer first, and then there's the Buster Blader layer that you have to deal with second. And both individual layers are usually game ending, but we've got all of it, and it's so strong. Now this isn't the strongest of boards. Again, it's still full Buster Blader combo. All you need is this guy. But I would like, you know, everyone likes a little bit extra. Come on. Come on. Everyone likes a wee bit extra. Uno dos. What do we not need? Probably not the monk. We don't need the monk. It's fine. We'll live without. Having the Rorodon in my hand, or sorry, the Mecha Phantom Beast O-Lion in the hand is actually really detrimental. In fact, very, very detrimental. Okay, well, let's grab Trap Trick, I guess. Alrighty then, so let's go Buster Whelp. Buster Whelp will grab us Prologue or nothing if it gets ashed. That's always an option as well. If it gets ashed, then Trap Trick is what grabs our Prologue. Or Veiled or Imperned or anything like that. If this gets stopped, Trap Trick is still grabbing us Prologue, so we don't care too much. But I would like this to be an Impermanence. That's excellent, that's what we like to see. Grab a Prologue. Set 1, set 2. And summon out a Linkaribo. So it's Ash. Alright, okay, so our opponent's got Ash. Could be Gamma, actually, you know, could totally be Gamma. Ghost Ogre could also technically be Ghost Ogre. But I mean, out of the three of those, Ash is definitely the most common. Yes, sir. Sand and sand. Then activate this guy. And lastly, we're going to chain this guy. Alrighty, so chain link 3, we banish an imperm, we set an imperm. Chain link 2, we banish the dragon, banish the Buster Blader, and we fusion summon into the Dragon Destroyer Swordsman. And chain link 1, we summon the Buster Dragon. Let's see our opponent beat this. HUD duality. Are we seeing Flounderies? Please don't be Eldritch. Eldritch has an out. That's Flounderies. Unless this guy has something big in his hand, he's struggling here. Unless he has something huge in his hand, he's not beating this. Very interesting, no extra deck. Is this guy playing like the... Oh, he has a card. God freaking damn it. Oh, hopefully he activates the field spell first like an idiot. I will put money on this guy being that stupid. Go activate your field spell. Do it. Activate the field spell. Don't disappoint me. Have you forgotten how to read? Man, where's the Jeopardy theme when you need it? Like, what's going on here? What? This man chose none of the above. I'm not usually one to believe in plays that are objectively wrong, but if you're gonna look for like a wrong play, that's it. Like, that's about as wrong as it gets. What even? What tangible benefit could there possibly have been for him to do that? That doesn't make any sense to me. Whatever. You know what? It's not my problem. Gonna synchro summon using these two into Baron. Let's do this. I'm gonna grab our wee token. Remember, the token means normal monster, so we bounce it back to his hand. Actually, no, we don't bounce it back to his hand because then we can't pierce over it with a Buster Blader, so we're just going to keep this guy. Keep him nice and handy. Activate the Baron de Fleur. Hop the back row. Oh, so he's negating our effect, which means we should logically be able to attack him directly now, right? He's got 8,000 life. Let's do some quick math. Right, okay. Protect our Whelp here. Whelp will send a card from the deck to the graveyard, as well as summoning the Buster Blader from our hand. Oh, that's not good. That's unfortunate. Is that unfortunate? Do we let that happen? Do we allow that? This insult? Um. Don't I have? I don't have access code talker. Damn it! Access code talker would be really handy right about now. Yeah, we're gonna negate that, 100%. And I have a reason. Trust me, I have so many reasons. So we're gonna negate the ash, right? And that means we get to send a memories from deck to graveyard. Okay. And we get to summon our Buster Blader. Right. I am unwise. Okay. If you have less than 400 defense, okay, that's good. Planet Pathfinder. Interesting. Planet Pathfinder, what? And Floenderee's deck? I'm pretty sure I had lethal there, except I messed it up. I really messed it up. Man. Let's see it. I mean, we don't have like a fantastic field presence anymore. But we do have a couple of negates. Again, Floenderee's found it very difficult to play through the likes of Effect Veiler and Infinite Impermanence, so I don't really... it's not that big of an issue for us to take care of this sort of thing. So he's got Eaglin in his hand. I'm assuming he's going to banish Robina. Yep. Good. Okay, now we're going to use Effect Veiler on this Eaglin. Probably should use them Perm, but you know what, same difference. He still gets the Robina back to hand. He still also has his original normal summon. So his normal summon of the Eaglin happened through the field spell. So he still has his regular normal summon, which he can use on the Robina. But he chooses not to. He chooses the barrier statue. Interesting. I feel like it's incorrect, but it's certainly interesting. I'm gonna try swinging into my monster here. That's fine. Well, I'll just protect it. You knock yourself out there, bud. Sure, go ahead and get your 1000 damage in. And then... And he just passes back. He thinks that he's completely fine. He doesn't know the meaning of the word mistake. A man of absolute passion and commitment. Take out the field spell first of all. And take out your dumbass. Bang. Easy wins. I would like to say that was a Floenderee's player, but I also don't know. Those were unwise plays. We'll say. It's 27 past, right? Well, what we'll do is we'll go until we hit 17 as well. still want to hit at least 17 here, so it could be with 2 more wins. Let's give it a go. Oh, absolutely. Any loss is a good loss against Floydries. 100%. Let's knock those guys out. Okay, we got a pretty decent hand here, so we do. We got basically full combo. Gonna slap the shooter down. Then normal summon the Red Rose Dragon. Good stuff. Red Rose Dragon and... Here, I mean, it's a stupid deck and a fun deck are, you know, usually synonymous. You know what I mean? Like, flow, at least if you're playing against a stupid deck or like an off-meta strategy like Buster Blader, like we're playing today, at least it's fun and it can be played against. Oh, this person tamed that Ash beautifully. No, sir. I'm not allowing that. He has another interruption as well, though. That may have been bait. But the value off of this Red Rose Dragon is simply so good. Like, because it gets a free summon of the Rox Rose Dragon, which will then search for the Basal Rose Shoot, which then gets the Red Rose Dragon, which sets up for a Crystron Hulk. So, like, the payoff that Ash Blossom would have been preventing is quite sizable. Ooh, Droll and Lockbird. Okay. Why do you wait so long to use it? I don't know what you were thinking. Gonna use the Basal Rose Shoot. I don't believe the Droll is gonna interfere with us in any significant way. I think we're past the point of adding cards to our hand, so honestly that sort of suits us that he got rid of it. We're gonna get out our Hulk. Hulk's then gonna summon from the deck our Jet Synchron. Okay, there's the Jet. This guy has got something and it's bugging me. Oh, it's Nibiru, isn't it? It's totally Nibiru. Oh, if it's Nibiru, I'm gonna be so upset, but I've already come too far to back out now. The only thing I can hope for if it is Nibiru, I can only hope that he mistimes it. He has to use it now. He has to use it right now. Or on the summon of the O-Lion. So now will be his last chance if it is Nibiru. Unlucky, mate. I'm sorry. If that is Nibiru, you're no longer getting to activate it. And there's the Savage Dragon on the field. Oh, unless you activate it in response to the Savage Dragon summon. In which case it does get cooked. No, okay, that's good. That's good, that's good, that's good. Okay, okay. We got that 4K attack. And last thing then. Oh, I don't want to discard a card. Our hand is so good. You know what? We're not even going to discard a card for the Jet Synchron because it'll interfere with our Buster Blader plays anyway. Right. Now we're going to use this prologue here. Prologue will send... What do we have in the grave? We have a dragon. So what we need is memories and Buster Blader. So we'll send our memories. Sandbuster Blader. Good, good, good. That gives us the fusion material needed for our memories. Let's go. Fusion summon out. Buster Blader, the Dragon Destroyer Swordsman, with one of the Rose Dragons and the Buster Blader. Bang. And lastly then, grab the Buster Dragon and plop him on down. Grand, okay. Good, good, good. So we've got an Omni Negate, a full field sort of Negate, and an Ash Blossom. So all of which are really good. He can summon the Griffin Rider all he wants. It's just going to sit on his field and be generally useless. So, you know, it is what it is. You do you, Chief. Oh, it's Adventure Prank Kids. Oh, Lord, okay. I get you. I see you. This is like legitimately like a top tier deck. Okay. I see what you're getting at, my friend. I'm not allowing you to continue to summon. You're getting negated. Verte Anaconda. Interesting. In the face of a Borreload Savage Dragon. Aww. That's tragic. Man just wants his gems for losing. I could totally not finish him off. I mean, he's like rage quitting. That's annoying. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna finish him off, of course. But like, come on, don't rage quit. Just freaking play it out. You're playing like the best deck in the game. There's like 67 entries versus 21 of the next most popular deck for Adventure Prank Kids. It's like supposed to be the best deck in the game. Like, how are you losing against Buster Blader? Let's go. This deck just cannot be stopped. Let's go. Tell us this is the promotion match. Let's get these gems. There we are. That's what we like to see. Oh, Lord. It just wants us to win. Let's get this done. Okay. Okay, not the worst hand. It depends on what we pull off of Prosperity. Everything sort of hinges on this pot of Prosperity, if I'm being brutally honest. Uno dos, yeah, uno dos tres. Buster Blader. Oh, the Ascent of the Thunder. That's what we're looking for. While not exactly as good as the Red Rose Dragon, the Rock Rose Dragon, of course, still has its place. So we're going to special summon the Ascent of the Thunder. Then we'll normal summon the Rock Rose Dragon, whose effect then will grab the Basil Rose Shoot from the deck. If I go in the Baron de Fleur, I don't get to go into anything else really. Whereas I could go into Hulk here. No, we're gonna keep it simple this time. We're gonna go Baron de Fleur. We're gonna keep the other resources available just in case we require a follow-up, and we can actually formulate a proper plan as opposed to a half-baked one. So, gonna set two. I probably should have gone for the other side just to put this guy in the graveyard off of the Jet Synchron. Yeah, we have misplayed. We definitely should have got down the Hulk route, specifically just to get this guy into the graveyard. But again, it is what it is. We have done what we've done. Time to own it. So we're going to activate Trap Trick. Trap Trick is then going to banish a prologue to grab a prologue. Then we'll activate prologue. Sending, I believe we already have a dragon. We do. Sending the memories and the Buster Blader. If you have Called by the Grave, please activate it now. So I don't have to waste a negate on it. I would really appreciate that. If you could just misplay real quick for me. Alright, I see how it is. Alright, so we're going to banish then from the graveyard the Destruction Sword Memories. Oh, no. No Call by the Grave. Okay, that's nice. That is tight. Okay. So we'll banish the Ronxrose Dragon and the Buster Blader. Music stopped again. What the hell? What am I not paying you for? What? It's on a loop. Why does it keep stopping? Alright, so we get the Buster Blader and the Buster Dragon. No extra deck lock, unfortunately, but this should hopefully be sufficient. I will not activate the effect of Baron de Fleur, even though I'm about to get freaking super polyed. Oh, they're thinking about it. They might be struggling. They might be struggling. Oh no. Okay. Leave it. That's fine. It's fine. We don't need to negate it. We're not going to worry about it. It's fine. So we search for a starter, which is good. That means he might not have an extender. So we'll summon the starter, yep. Makes total sense. Oh, that's it? Alright. That's what you like to see. So we're going to use Baron de Fleur's effect now to pop one of the back row cards. We'll take out this one. Oh, Ghost Ogre. No thanks. Oh, Lord. Alright, Jesus. They really want to protect that card. Whatever this card is, it was worth giving up 2 out of their hand. Alright. Okay, so something in there is obviously worth protecting. Right. Okay, so we're gonna summon the Buster this thing. Then using you and you, we are going to link summon into Crystron Hulk. Hulk then is gonna summon Jet Synchron from the deck. Good. Jet and Hulk will go into the Auroradon. Be careful of Nib. Yeah. I mean, it's just one. Yeah, you're right. It's just one of those things. Like, how fearful. Yeah, 100% it's fucking Nibiru. But, like, what's the alternative? You know what I mean? Twins do have a lot of hand traps. You're 100% correct. Okay. Well, what I'll do then is hopefully he doesn't activate Nibiru in response to this. He might be waiting on the Aurora Dawn proccing before activating Nibiru. Call by the Grave. That could be what's causing the delay. Okay. Freaking... I have to take him out now. Fuck it, we're going for it. You know what I mean? Like, in for a penny, in for a pound. We're just here to have fun. Let's do it. No, I mean, this isn't like a real tournament. Oh, he didn't nib me. Nice. Could have gone in the Buster Dragon there, but didn't need to. But yeah, no, the twins have a buttload of hand traps. Absolutely need to be extremely careful around them. Unless you're me, of course. In which case, you just gung-ho everything. We're here for a good time, not a long time. Let's get a wee token down. Borrowed Savage Dragon will grab us the Aurora Dawn. Good stuff. And while we can't finish him off this turn, we can certainly land quite a hefty blow. You just charged me a £500 tariff to declare an attack, you little fucking dork. What the hell? And then hit him directly for 4k. Yeah, buddy. Because again, worst case scenario, he goes to summon one of the starters here on his next turn, and bang, impermed all the way. Let's see it. There it is. There it is. And the twins go down. No problem. We're out here. We're beating Flounderies. We're beating Eldritch Adventure. We're beating Prank Kids Adventure. We're beating Live Twins. We're beating everything with the Buster Blader. We cannot be stopped. And that is Duelist level 17. Now, that is where I'm going to cut it. I did start stream about 20 minutes earlier than expected, so yeah, I'm going to cut it at around that same time. But we did get all the way up to 17. 17's the final hurdle for the rank up. So once you get to 17, you can't go lower than 17 again. You can't get downgraded from there. You can get downgraded from 18 to 19 back down to 17, but you can't go lower than 17 now. So this is the final hurdle. We'll either come back to this in another stream, or I'll simply have it up as a YouTube video to see sort of like what's going on with the final tiers, because I've been told these ones are actually really painful to get through. So we may make it a second stream. It depends on where I can find the time for it. I'll have to look into scheduling, and then any alerts and stuff I'll put into the Discord, into the Stream Alerts channel. So in regards to this stream here, that's pretty much everything I have. Yes, thank you so much for everyone who is watching, everyone who has been popping in and out of the stream, throwing in comments here and there. And now, thank you for watching, and that's the most important part. I'm just sitting here playing a game, but you guys here sitting and watching me. So thank you so much for everyone who has watched, either live or who will be watching the recording later on. And take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye now.